Vive con huevos.
Ready.
All right. What's up, guys? My name is Mario.
My name
oh,
is
shit.
Pau.
Should we do that over again?
I was clapping.
What's up, guys? My name is Mario.
My name is Pau.
Welcome back to the Vive con Huevos podcast, episode 44.
44.
Yeah, I got it right because I wrote it down.
We never know.
I know. Today we got two special guests for you guys.
We do.
All the way from the IE, from the Bueno Bueno podcast.
Bueno.
We got Hans and Rexx in the house, ladies and
Yo,
gentlemen.
Bueno, bueno.
Saul, sorry you don't know, but we stole your employees and we're gonna start a spin-off called Malo Malo.
Hey, hold on. That sounds like a good idea.
Hey.
Why are you telling people our secrets? They're going to steal them.
Yeah,
Now,
Saul.
hey,
Yeah.
2 months from now, Saul's going to have a new segment called Malo Malo.
Yeah, facts.
So I don't know, but we're quitting.
Yeah.
We quit.
You heard it here first.
I forgot what episode it was. He seems like he's a pretty bad boss.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
mean.
No
That's
time
true.
off.
I heard that episode too.
No vacation time.
I had to sign an NDA to get you guys here.
Yeah.
Mario lets Jesus take time off all the time. So.
Jesus is man. I don't even know where Jesus is right now, bro.
Damn.
But guys, welcome back. Otro martes con huevos. We appreciate you guys. Those of you who tune in weekly, we love you. Those of you who are tuning in just to hear Hans and Rexx talk today, we appreciate you guys too. Hit the follow button. But guys, thank you so much. I know you guys, it was a bit of a drive to get down here. We really do appreciate it, honestly. We've been trying to do this shit for a
while.
minute, bro.
Yeah.
We had to push back. I had to reschedule what?
It's been a while because
yeah.
I think we officially met was at the Yo Sabo
This year.
Yeah,
After your
this year.
anniversary.
At the anniversary this year.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, that was in April.
When was that?
honestly
I always
don't
forget, bro.
remember.
My timeline is all fucked up.
When I was on the shade of brown, there were. He was saying when it was, but I forgot what day.
Was it March?
It
I
might
don't
It was in
think
the
it was
beginning.
March.
It was in Q1 for
It may
sure.
have been February.
Yeah.
It might have been.
Oh, February.
It might have been.
It might have.
La neta no me acuerdo.
I don't know, Carlos and Jess. Let us know.
Yeah, facts. Let us know down in the comments.
But yeah, during that time, we were already kind of like, hey, we should do.
yeah, we're trying to do something, and then for one thing or another, I know you guys are fucking busy because shit, you guys is. Well, first of all, props to you guys because your guys' platform is fucking off the charts, bro. It's I feel like starstruck right now that you guys are here. Not even gonna lie, bro. I'm nervous.
Nah,
I'm like, shit, I forgot my questions.
I'm nervous.
Nah, it's good. I'm nervous. I'm all nervous. Like, nah, thank you for inviting us,
thank
bro.
you,
Like,
Nah,
like,
yeah.
we told Hans like, yo, we need to go out and
Yeah.
explore more other podcasts. Like, we need to just click because we're all Latinos. So we
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what we talk
unite
about.
like the
a lot,
Avengers,
too.
you know?
Yeah. Fuck, who's Thanos?
Latinos unite.
Shit, I know I'd be right. I think bro. Like it's like I was telling Rex. I like to collab with other people because I feel like, well, for the honestly, to be real, I do a podcast, but I don't even listen to podcasts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even listen to my own podcast.
Yeah, the only time I listen
can
to
relate.
ours, Bob doesn't listen to our podcast. The only time that I like re-listen to ours is when I'm looking for clips.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, this one's pretty dope. And other than that, like, and I skim through it because I kind of like remember like when the timestamps are. But other than that, I don't like re-listen to our stuff.
Yeah. That's why I'm like, man, let me just like start collabing with people.
Yeah.
You know, get out there more, help others. I guess we all help each other at the end of the day. You know, so
Yeah.
that's why we're here.
Well, I feel like for a while, and I don't know, correct me if, I mean, this is the way I felt it. Excuse me. For like a while, I feel like we are all kind of gatekeeping each other.
Yeah.
You know, right?
You think so?
Not like super bad, but I feel like we all kind of mess with each other virtually, right? Like we all kind of have each other added.
Yeah.
And like we'll respond to each other's DMs and stuff. But I feel like whenever it's like a collab, it's like, fuck, es que no tengo tiempo, or I can't, or it just kind of falls on the back burner. Not that we were gatekeeping each other, but it's more of like,
Yeah. No, I see.
it's like it's hard to put it in words, you know?
No, I see what you mean. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think for the most part, well, we're far from each other.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so I think that's one
Yeah,
thing.
we're
like,
basically in Mexico.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically, we're right here at the border. My boy-
Estamos en la frontera.
we're gonna go to Hong Kong after.
Hey, none from the girl.
That's what I told him. I was like, hey, bro, we should go straight to TJ to go see what's up.
Get some tacos.
We can go over there.
Some tacos.
Yeah, that's what I mean by Hong Kong.
They got good Chinese food down
good
there.
tacos.
Sure, right.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
The chow mein.
The good chow mein.
A1,
The good
bro.
A1. Yeah, fire. No, but you know, I fuck with you guys like heavy, and I met you guys at the Yo Sabo event.
Yeah.
You know, I vibed with everyone, so I was like, all right.
I feel like that event really helped. Shout out Jess and Carlos, because I really
Yeah.
do feel like that event was the one where like I came home and I was like, yeah, we need to start networking more and like really getting in front of not so much like getting in front of other podcasts, but more like meeting more people and like coming together, because it really is like it's like it takes a village, you know. So
Yeah.
I feel like it's one
Yeah.
of those. That event for sure was like, okay, we got to start doing things and just even if it's like people's events, like that anniversary event or you know like your event coming up.
Yeah, and I feel like little by little, that push is getting there. Like we're making a movement, and I mean the movement is there, and we're making noise, but it's just not loud enough just yet, you know.
Yeah.
But we're getting there, and especially like I feel like when we talk about Latinos, like everyone goes straight towards Mexicans. Nothing towards Mexicans, but but you know what? There's other people out here like us Salvies, you know.
You guys are neighbors.
Yeah, we're neighbors, bro.
You guys are cousins.
Yeah.
No,
Cerotes.
What do they call you guys?
All right, start with the accents then.
no, they call us catracho.
Yeah.
Just regular.
Ours is
Pupusas.
guanacos. Fuck. Hey, shout out all the pupusas.
I love those.
Me and Pau, if she ever asked me to get married, we want putacos.
What are you gonna ask him?
I know, dude.
Never.
I'm
I told
the
him
prize.
I'll ask him once he asks me.
That's fucked up. Huh?
That's wow.
Yeah.
How long you guys been dating?
Red
Let's
flag.
break this down. How long you guys been dating?
5 years.
It'll be 5
this
years
month.
at the end of this month. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay,
damn,
I feel like
okay.
you know, 5 and 6 is like a good
All
start
right.
peaking. Like,
Yeah.
Let's say I sent in a story right now to Bueno Bueno.
Oh, fuck.
And I was like,
Well,
me and my boyfriend.
the problem is that they don't read theirs anonymously. They're gonna call you, girl.
I know. I listen. I also know I had to send a bunch of emojis to catch your attention.
Oh,
I do listen.
you know?
Yeah.
If I was like, you know, my boyfriend and I have been together for 5 years. We live together. We have a dog, but he hasn't asked me to marry him. What should I do? What were your
Honestly,
responses?
I feel like first I'd probably be like, well, it's a little deeper than that. It's just maybe he is not either financially ready, or he thinks he's not financially ready, or there's maybe something that he's waiting for in particular. Because if like a man doesn't, he's not necessarily gonna say no. There has to be a reason. It's not because I don't want to. What the fuck? Like he's been with you for 5 years
for a reason.
because
Yeah.
he loves you. So I feel like has to be a main reason, maybe financially or mentally, something in that region. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Maybe he's waiting for the right time. Who knows?
Yeah.
I mean,
I agree.
What are you waiting for, Adam?
I just want to put this out there. Mario and I know why we're not engaged yet, so I'm not asking in the sense of like I'm like desperately waiting for it. I was just wondering what your guys' response
I think that that's the one.
Yeah, that was definitely a what the fuck.
I think
it's
Mario's
been 5
more
years.
like, I could tell he's probably waiting for like, okay, if I'm gonna do this, it's gonna come with the whole like a year or 2 years, I guess, right? Because you propose to her, how long does it take to get married? Like
Yeah,
a year,
like
right?
a
About like a
2
year,
years,
yeah, a
depending
year,
on-
2 years, yeah.
So Mario's more like, okay, I need to plan the wedding. I need to like take a trip. All
it's
that.
it's expensive,
Yeah, it is.
bro.
Yeah,
it's
expensive.
fucking
especially here in
expensive.
California.
Fuck, well, anywhere really now, because we were like, one of our friends just got married in Morelos, in
Cuernavaca.
Cuernavaca. And not that, well, I was just kind of like piecing everything together, right? Like I was just sitting there like analyzing shells. Like this plate was probably like 30 bills. There's like 150 of us, 150 times 30. It's like candles, like everything else. I was like, this is at least like 35, 40K. Then on top of that, you have to go out there maybe what, like 3-4 times?
I would say so, depending on like the planner that they have and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's a big expense.
It's a big
I agree.
expense.
I
Yeah,
think
it is.
yeah, it's a huge expense.
But who is it still a traditional way? Like who pays it? Like your parents pay, right? So is the girls?
traditional way. It's the
girls.
The girls.
There you
The
go, you
girl
good?
that-
You
know,
good, my
That's
boy?
why. That's why I'm waiting, bro.
I don't
know.
That's why. Yeah.
That's why I'm here.
This
you
way.
know?
Hey.
Okay, well then that means your family has to pay for the wedding.
Damn.
Yeah, oh,
The
shit.
red flags everywhere right
She
now.
got you there.
Where do you guys like to get married? Like, let's just say, all right,
Where?
like here in the U.S. or you guys like to go
No.
back to your country?
I want to get married in San Miguel.
Definitely a destination wedding.
Yeah.
Destination wedding. Okay. Would you guys have like 2 weddings or just one?
Just one.
One.
One. Okay.
Yeah. I feel like a destination wedding, as much as it can get pricey, but I feel like it's the way to go if you want to kind of
an experience.
Give people an experience, but also like kind of weed people out. Sorry, I thought the closet was open. Like weed people out.
Yeah.
Because then it like bugs her when like the video.
Oh,
My bad. I didn't want to scare you guys. I was
like,
like, shit, someone's coming. I feel like it's like a good way to like weed people out because either people are gonna make the expense to go and they'll buy it in time, and or people are like gonna be like, no, it's like too expensive and they can't afford it.
Oh yeah.
Like the people that are gonna be there, it's because like they want to be there versus like just people going because like they got an invite,
Oh, okay,
I don't know. I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see it that way too. Or like Mario and I don't have a big family like on either side, so but we have a shit ton of friends. So like we always said, our wedding is gonna be like all friends.
Probably like
10% family,
yeah.
you know? Yeah. So, like, imagine you and all your friends just fucking shit up in another country. And, like,
kids or no kids allowed?
No kids.
No kids. That's
No
what I'm
kids,
saying, bro.
Yeah.
I hate weddings when I see kids. I'm like,
You know what? It's
Sorry,
funny.
y'all.
I keep seeing TikToks of like wedding fails. And it's like the couple dancing, doing their first
And the
dance,
fucking
and you
little
see
kid,
all the fucking little kids just running around the dance floor. And I was like, dude, control your fucking kids, dude.
Yeah.
Like if I was little and my parents saw me fucking shit up in first dance, they would have
smack
fucking
the shit
handed me a good one.
Yep.
damn. That's
Why
the
did- oh,
door inside.
Yeah. Mini para acá.
I feel.
Yeah.
Damn.
Mini para acá. Damn, maybe I got scared of myself. I was like, shit. I paused.
You brought up some memories.
Yeah. How about you guys? How do you guys feel about the no kids either? Like,
No kids.
I never really thought about it, to be honest with you.
Like, I'll think about that when I need to.
In 10 years,
no, not about getting married. I thought
I don't know,
about
bro.
the
I
kids,
heard I heard something about giving you guys 2 years about having kids already. So
That's what I'm telling them.
Yeah, he's like,
Trying to
oh, let's have kids in 2
trying to
years.
run up
yeah,
the money.
you guys want to have kids collectively together.
Yeah, that'd
That's
be
fun.
cool.
I always thought about
I'll
that,
be like,
yeah.
hey, Hans, go pick up my kid from school. I can't make it.
Fuck, I ain't picking him up.
Our compadres
Yeah.
have 2 kids now, and so we just baptized their second kid. But they had said they would wait for us on the second round. Like they had their first little girl, and now we were like, okay, the second one. And now I'm like, bro, at the rate you're going, we're gonna meet you
Yeah.
at like the 5th kid, because
Like your oldest kid is gonna pick up our kid now.
No, honestly, if you think about it, oh shit, I was about to say who has a kid. No, he hasn't said.
Nah,
I should almost say that. I know.
You gotta wait for the
Yeah, I
Patreon.
almost slipped
That's
out.
Patreon right there.
But yeah, like, a couple
Yeah.
of our friends have kids, so it's like, by the time I have kids, like, if I have kids, like, fuck, they're probably gonna be like 12. My kids gonna be like barely born.
Yeah, sometimes
It's a
I think
big
about
gap.
it too. Like, not that I don't want kids, but sometimes like Pao and I love to travel. And it's like, dude, now you got to think about the logistics. Like, is this kid going to be able to make a 12-hour flight if we want to go to Europe? Then you got to think of all the things over there, the activities, who are you going to stay with? What if I don't want to take you? Is grandma okay with being with you for 2 weeks?
Like, we can barely leave our dog.
Yeah, facts, bro. Like,
Now we have to think about a child.
I don't know if that's selfish of me.
Nah, it's
Or
not.
if it's like,
no.
you know,
How old are you guys?
damn, we're pretty old.
27.
I'm
29.
30, bro.
You're 30. I'm 20. I just turned 28.
You're
I'm like
actually
right behind
31.
you.
Oh, okay. Oh shit, I'm 30. Damn, I wanna be young.
Where you guys are 2.
Yeah.
Wait, so both of you guys are 30 or
I'm 29.
29?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm like right there next to you guys.
So, but like a part of me is like, I want kids. Like I know I was born to be a dad.
Oh, for sure.
But then there's a part of me that's like, damn, I was also born to travel and be con huevos,
Well,
you know?
yeah. The way I look at it is that like that's why we're trying to do a lot of things right now, like travel and go to music festivals and like do all the things and like all the spontaneous things. I'm also like, I would love to have kids and still be able to experience all that, even though we have kids, like taking them or not taking them or whatever. Like your life doesn't have to stop just because you had a kid, right?
Yeah.
But you just know that for the first 5 years, you're probably going to make some adjustments that are going to be different, but doesn't mean you're not ever going to travel again or like not ever going to go do those things.
Yeah, for sure.
I think like you at least as a couple, married couple or single couple. I mean, not single couple.
Yeah,
as
but,
a
like,
Yeah,
not
who-
married.
who does-
non-married.
Yeah, not married.
I think you guys should give each other, for everyone listening or watching, I feel like at least like a 4 year of traveling by your guys. It's just the 2 of you.
Yeah.
And then after those 4 years, you guys want to have kids and fuck it, and then keep traveling. But now you got to think like, all right, now it's like more some children traveling with us.
Yeah. Have you seen that meme where it's like, oh, I waited, or it's like, good thing I waited until retirement to travel. And it's like 2 viejitos in like Venice in Italy, and they're like on the little canoe.
I think I've seen that
Están
one, yeah.
dormidos, or like,
Yeah.
it's like, I don't want that.
I don't want that either.
No.
You know, I want to be able to like enjoy
Yeah.
my time traveling. Yeah.
Like while you can walk.
Yeah. Well, shit, dude. My knees.
Yeah.
I know, for real.
Bro.
It's done.
They're donezo's, dude. Wow. I'm like the typical story. I could have gone pro, bro, but my knees. Not in soccer though. Not in
my
soccer.
ACL.
Yeah.
And what?
And would you play?
So
Football.
football.
Oh, you're a football player?
Yeah,
Oh, that's
yeah.
cool,
So I was all over the D line, but eventually I made it to like middle linebacker, and I was a pretty hefty middle linebacker. So I fucked up my head 4 times, dog. I'm on like my 3rd concussion. I'm like one more away from being disabled. Like facts, dude. But
Yeah.
I think I fucked up my head more than I did my knees. But yeah. Fuck, what were we talking about?
It was a good, it was a good career.
It was. I did walk on. So I did JUCO for a bit, and then I was gonna do walk on San Diego State.
Oh damn!
But when I transferred to San Diego State after community college, they're like, "Oh, you're gonna be on an injury prone list," which means that you really can't go past 2nd string. Like you're gonna be 1st string, but someone has to like really fucking hurt themselves in order for you to be there. And I'm like, so at that point I was like, okay, well, do I risk it?
You're preying on someone's downfall.
Yeah, like do I risk it or do I just continue with my studies? So I didn't do either. I dropped out.
Oh shit! I thought you were gonna be like, yeah, sorry,
Yeah, I
no,
thought the story was gonna go left or right. Like,
No, I went to school for a little bit, and actually I dropped out like a year before I got my bachelor's.
oh, okay. You still got it. Though.
Yeah, no, I didn't.
No,
I dropped out a year before.
A year.
I dropped out
okay.
a year before. Then I started the business. Had that for a few years, and then unfortunately we had to close during COVID, and then shit happens, and then
Yeah.
But I followed my dreams, vehicle.
No, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
Hey,
Damn.
it's a dream.
Yeah.
It's
a
here.
dream.
You guys are here.
Yeah.
44
44 episodes.
44th
now.
episode.
Yeah.
Damn, you're right behind us.
Right behind us, bro.
Really? But you guys are doing good numbers, dude. You guys fucking popped off. My hats to you guys. Honestly, my flowers, I wanted a little round of applause for you guys.
Thank you, bro.
Thank you.
Honestly, I don't know how, bro.
Yeah, I don't even know how.
Have you guys looked at yourself in the mirror?
No.
Nah,
I don't even know how.
not
I think
lately, dude.
Yeah.
In the car over here, I was like, on the mirror.
Drives with the mirror down.
Doesn't even look at the road, bro.
I'm just looking at
You got a
myself,
Tesla,
dude.
huh? Put that shit on autopilot.
Shit.
Damn, I don't even know how, to be honest, because like I always tell Hans, we're the only podcast that really like. I'm not trying to discredit the other podcasts, but we're the ones that really like, kind of like put in that work.
Yeah.
Every week.
You guys do. You guys
with
do.
food.
Yeah.
The foodies, munchies,
Yeah.
carpool eats, and all that. That was like really heavy for us, and for us to like transfer into podcasting, like podcasting couch, like it was more like it was a risk, and we didn't think we were gonna make it, but like we made it.
Yeah.
And we kind of just skyrocketed, like in a way,
Yeah,
I feel like it was well deserved.
It's definitely like, bro, I don't know. Like, even to this day, I'm still like, bro, we're not even, we're cool. We're all right.
Humble.
Like, we're all right,
Yeah.
bro. Like, I don't know how to, bro, we don't really have guests.
Nah, we haven't had it.
Like,
Well,
You guys only had like 3, 4,
Bit, like, actual
maybe-ish,
guests, like Lauro.
was that a get? Well, Saul said I was a co-host.
Oh, yeah, I was technically a co-host.
Like technically, if we're speaking, he said that our last episode was our first guest,
Really?
Yeah.
but Hans wasn't there, so it's still kind of like a co-host
Yeah.
guest.
Yeah.
But the other people we had to just
because
our
Rex
best
wasn't
friends.
there, so we had Jesus the comedian.
And then-
Lauro,
Which is
I mean,
still
that's
a pretty.
technically
That's a big ass name, really.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
and then he wasn't there
Co-host guest.
again. We had
Yeah.
Lauro.
Lauro, yeah, and then the other 3 or 4, I had like one of our friends, like
We had
4 of our
Stephanie.
friends. Oh, Stephanie. Well, that was another co-host.
But then I don't see her as a
Yeah.
guest because she's our friend.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
She's part of the network.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Because
We
like
had-
when we have our friends on,
Yeah.
I'm like, they're guests, but they're my friend, so
Yeah.
they're not
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
like.
We had Caesar, right?
Caesar, but again, that's like our homie. He's
Yeah.
part of the network. The last episode I was in there, so they filmed with the Clown Boys, the Notice podcast. So I'm like, I don't know, is it a guest?
I mean, yeah,
Is it kind?
I would consider them.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
The point is, you guys are fucking doing great.
Thank
And-
you.
I would
Hey,
consider anybody outside of the normal people that are always recording a guest,
Oh, okay.
One way or another. I don't know. Maybe Saul sees it differently, but
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. His brain is wild.
oh yeah, that Saul he thinks outside the box.
Yeah,
good.
definitely. Yeah.
So
Yeah, no,
Imagine.
shout out Saul. He's actually, I mean, you guys are no, he's not that much younger than me, but I mean, he's still younger than me. And we've hopped up on the phone a few times, and it's like he's been a pretty big mentor as far as like the podcasting community goes.
Yeah.
He has really great ideas.
Yeah.
He has really good ideas. But I mean, besides all that, I mean, you guys have done really great with Bueno Bueno, and I actually did want to talk about that a little bit as far as like before Bueno Bueno. You guys had like a few different adventures. It was like you guys mentioned a few, like I Ain't Munchies. Then you guys did the movie reviews. What else was there?
Was there?
Well,
I Movies. I think that was like,
I Movies was Eric, Sam, and
Darlene.
But you guys did like a few guest appearances, right?
Yeah, no, not on I Movies.
Oh,
No,
okay.
But our shows,
Damn, scratch
it was it was first carpool eats, and it was just me and Saul.
that's what it was. Yeah, okay.
Carpool.
It was me and
So
Saul.
for our listeners that don't know what that is,
Carpool Eats was a show where we basically went to drive-thrus in my car, and we just sat down with little treats and just set the camera and talk like
That
a little
shit sounds
mukbang, and we talked.
expensive.
Bro, we
hey,
did
you
that.
gotta eat.
We did that. Me and Saul maybe for like 4 episodes,
Yeah.
and I told Saul, I was like, hey, like
Can I expense this?
let's invite Rex as a
Oh, yeah.
guest. You know,
Yeah.
we invited him, and then that's when I was like, hey, like you down to have Rex as a guest, like as a host, actual host, as the third host. He's like, yeah, I'm down. He's funny. I think he can work. And I was like, he's just a little shy. We just gotta break him out of that.
Out of that
Out of the
shell.
show.
And then I was like, but he's funny, like trust. And then we went with it. We started rocking. We went from Carpool Eats to IE and Munchies, and then from IE and Munchies to IE and Foodie. And then from IE and Foodie, we kind of like went all over like different restaurants. The most expensive check I think was like $200, and that's out of our pocket.
Yeah.
So it hurts, food. Like
Yeah.
fuck, you
Yeah,
know.
no, it gets expensive. Pau at one point wanted to start like foodie blogging on Instagram, and we were going out like every Sunday,
That shit
like
was
once
horrible.
a week, just to vlog
So
or like not
we
vlog,
would
but
we would go out more than once
Yeah.
a week because you need you guys
Content
know
for,
you
like,
need
the week,
you need
yeah.
content
Yeah.
for a while, and it can't be the same restaurant over and over again. So we'd probably go out like 3 times a week, and not towards the end I was like, I can't do this anymore.
That shit was getting
I'm gaining
expensive,
weight.
yeah.
I'm losing all my money. Like
no one's sponsoring shit.
we only did it for
Yeah.
like a month, and I was like, okay, this is well. Then I like got into my fitness journey, so I was like, well, it's not gonna align anymore. So
Yeah,
It's
Expensive, bro. Because I think that only works if you get like a big sponsor,
Yup.
or
Hello
you kind of
Fresh.
look at it as like
There you
I'm
go.
gonna take this. I'm gonna take this show to like a Food Network.
Yeah.
Kind of be like, but bro, it's so expensive.
well, like there used to be this show we used to watch.
It's like,
I don't remember what it was
foodie.
called.
We always fuck
I
up
always
the
call
name.
it Tasty, but it wasn't called Tasty.
Tasty.
It might. I don't remember.
And it was what's the network? Fuck, I'm totally blanking
Jesus.
on this right now.
Was it BuzzFeed?
BuzzFeed.
Oh, BuzzFeed.
And
yeah,
it's
I've
these
heard.
Oh,
two
yeah.
guys that go and eat at different restaurants all
Yeah.
over, and they give like the ratings. And I was like, that's really freaking cool. But I mean, you're sponsored by BuzzFeed, so obviously
it was
you're
like
not
3
paying
different
for it.
foods of the same thing at 3 different price points. I think that was like their
Yeah, that's what it
pitch,
was.
right?
the $1 meal
Yeah.
versus like the 20 and then like the 100.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like they
so
would
it
go
was
to
like
different-
the $10 burger, the $30 burger, and then the $100 burger wrapped in gold or
Yeah.
something.
I'm not lying. It was so fun.
Yeah.
Like we ate
I
so
bet.
much.
Oh,
and
we
a
ate
lot of
good.
people gave us free food. I think
Yeah.
that was
For
the
real?
coolest part ever.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, we got some Thai food for free. We got like Peruvian food for free. We got discounts. Like they would see us and be like, "Hey, like, oh, what are you guys doing?" And like, "Oh, we have a food show."
yeah, we went to cafe.
that's
They
awesome.
invited us to cafe.
Oh
and
yeah!
it was like
Shout out
sick.
to
best. La Mocha.
No, I'm so sorry.
What's the name? La Mi. Something with the M. But it's over there in La Alhambra.
Oh my god, I'm so
Alhambra.
sorry.
La
La Pocha, yeah, La Pocha.
yeah, La Pocha and Alhambra.
Alhambra?
it's like
Alhambra?
it's like LA area.
LA
Yeah.
area.
But they're from Nayarit. The girl that she made some good, some delicious coffee that gave me anxiety. But
It was good.
It was worth the
It was
anxiety.
it's café de olla.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
I
So-
love Café de Olla, bro.
That shit gives me anxiety every time I drink.
Really?
Yeah, it's
Best
strong.
breakfast, best coffee I had.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn, now we gotta
Like,
go.
Now we
Oh
gotta
my
know
God.
for
I know.
real. All
You
right,
guys
shout
gotta-
out.
Yeah.
But
We're gonna
but
start-
yeah, I mean, we from the food show, bro. Like Saul and all of us were like, bro, it's getting too expensive. Like
Oh,
the show
yeah.
has to go. We're spending too much money.
How long did you do it for?
What, a few months?
Fucking like 6 months, I think.
Oh, that's a while.
Yeah.
5 months longer than
Yeah,
us?
like
Yeah.
5-6 months around there. And then so I was like, a show has to go. At that time, he had just started IE Movies, Besties as well. So they're like, Besties is not going. IE and Friends is not going. I was like, IE Movies, they're like, it just started, so that's fucked up. So he's like, IE and Friends gonna have to go. And
Oh,
at that
man.
time, Rex is like, well, why don't we just do a podcast? Like, what's the name gonna be? we had already pitched the name Bueno Bueno. That was supposed to be I and Friends. I don't know if you guys know that story.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, this was like, let's just do it Bueno Bueno, like the original plan.
So when you named it Bueno Bueno, did you already have in mind what you wanted to do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That was during what, 2019?
Can I tell the story? Because I feel like you always kind of
deviate.
No,
I want to know the story.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Bueno Bueno. If like we really go to the core, I used to have two of these homies that they always used to call me and say like Bueno Bueno, and like always when they'll be drunk and all that, and then I was like, what the fuck is like the homie saying? He's like, it's Bueno Bueno. So I was like it's Bueno Bueno. Don't worry about it. Blah blah. And then he kind of kept repeating it. And then I'll call Hans. I was about to say Fu. I would call this Fu, and I'll call it like all the homies, and then we all said, and then he said, like it's like it's something so normal, but it's funny as hell when you call the homie like loud as hell.
It like rolls off the tongue like super easy. Yeah.
And then that's when what happened. I think you called me, Hans, and we started talking about it like. I think we should make a podcast. But
this was back in what, 2019?
This was 2019.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I was like, we should make a podcast. Like, all right, let's do it. Like, I think we should bring in, like, Saul. We could work with him, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yeah, talk to him about it and everything. And he was like, okay, like, I'm going to hit you back up. And, he told Saul, and he pitched Saul, like, the idea to Saul. And Saul was not really too fond of it because he was more like, around that time, podcast, it was just, it was different. It was different.
It was
than,
a lot
like,
different.
other YouTubers,
It was a lot different, yeah.
So I think Saul, around that time, me and him were probably in the bad position of like starting it, but we always kept that idea as like Bueno Bueno is for sure like a phone call to everyone. Like we could call everybody or they call us or whatever, but it's for sure like phone call theme and everything. So Saul literally made I Am Friends around that time
after COVID, because when we pitched them the idea, it was 2019, almost 2020.
It was like September,
and then COVID hit. Yeah, COVID hit, and then everything was obviously shut down. And then that's when pitched it again, and we weren't available at the time. Remember?
I think it was like April or
somewhere around there.
April around there, and he ended up doing it, and like he blew up with that. And I just at first I was kind of like salty because I was like, oh, it was supposed to be us, but then I understood that like, nah, this is like, I'm glad that everything worked out and everything got placed, because at the end of the day, that's his dream.
Yeah.
It was never meant for like our dreams, because I feel like we have different dreams at the moment. But I'm glad everything worked out the way it worked out. And then they hit a 360, a circle of us to like, we're finally doing this, The blueprint was real, and like it actually worked out.
Well, it's like you said too, maybe at the time you guys weren't in the position to like fully maybe devote your time and your energy into the podcast, whatever it is that you guys are doing.
Yeah.
And like now you guys see the bigger picture and you guys are available a lot more, because it takes a lot.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of what happened with us too.
Yeah, the same thing, with Vive con Huevos. Vive con Huevos started as a clothing brand at first. And then, like you guys know, pushing out merch, it's like, dude, you got to have a creative team. Or you got to be jotting the ideas down. And then you got to get a graphic designer if you're not good at that. And then you got to make sure you print everything. And then for me, it was like I had all the inventory in the house. And at the time, we were living in a 1-bedroom apartment. So like I had all the inventory in the room. On top of that, like all of our clothes and then all of our crap. So it was like,
okay. Trust me. I was
and like things weren't like sometimes.
It's got to go.
Yeah. And like sometimes things weren't selling, or like you had a slow month. And I was like, fuck, what do I do with all this shit? But kind of some familiar to like kind of similar to you guys is like Vive con Huevos actually was it was on my bio of my Instagram for like the longest time. And then around COVID time, like I had to shut down my business. Now I was in a really bad place, bro. Like I was really depressed. And then like one day I was like, I was just stalking myself, bro. I was like going through my Instagram and I was like, dude, man, I was really fucking happy. What the fuck happened to myself? And then I scroll all the way to the top and I see the name, and then it like finally hits me and I was like, fuck, what the fuck? Like, that's a sick ass brand, bro. Yeah, and let's just roll with it.
Yeah, and then like the podcast too, like we talked about it for a really long time, but like por una cosa la otra, it was just not happening, Like we wouldn't start it, we wouldn't get the camera, we wouldn't like, we thought we needed like, because we started recording on a phone, but like we thought we needed all the things, the camera, the room, the lights,
Yeah.
And then finally when they were like, well, fuck Mario was like, fuck it. And I was like,
let's
okay.
do it.
Yeah.
So, we kind of had to have those moments, I feel like. I know you guys talked about it on Bueno Bueno, and I kind of want to talk about this like later on, where you guys were like, well, fuck, what do I want to do with my career? You know, either both of you guys have your respective careers besides Bueno Bueno, and at one point, I know Hans, you really want to get into acting. I know Rexx, you really want to start getting more into your gigs and your DJing. But at one point, you had to have that fucking moment, you know. And at one point with the podcast, I was like, what am I waiting for? You know, I'm giving myself all the excuses. Like, I have no lighting, I have no camera, I don't have the right equipment. And then I'm like, I'm not living by my brand. So it was like, what's actually stopping me from putting my content out there or putting our content out there is just, it's just myself. It's just my, like, mis pensamientos que no me están dejando. Syndrome. Yeah. And I was like, fuck it, let's just do it.
Yeah, bro, you always got to try. I mean, literally what you said, like, Vive con Huevos, you always got to try. I'm more into, like, even if I put out a bad mix or a bad this, I don't even care. At least I did it. At least I remember that, okay, like.
Well, it was an experience, or there's a story, or there's a lesson, you know, like something always comes out of it, no matter what.
Yeah, I definitely think, I mean, I'm barely like taking a stab at acting. You know, I'm barely peaking right now. Because I was, I've always wanted to do acting since I was a kid. I never knew how to communicate with people, and it was tough for me, especially my family. So I'm like, man, like, it's weird. Like, I can't tell someone, oh, thank you. Like, a stranger is like, I mean, you guys are not really strangers. You guys are like your friends now, but like, I can tell you guys thank you. It's hard for me to tell him thank you. It's hard for him, like, tell my mom, oh, thank you, or my dad, oh, thank you. It's, I don't know. It's like
when there's an emotional attachment.
You know, my it's just weird, bro. But with acting, I can oh, my bad. I can get like lost. Like I don't know. I can communicate through acting. It's weird.
That's cool.
It's like a different persona, I guess, that you put in. Because I kind of feel that same way sometimes. Like, I'm very touchy-feely sometimes when it comes to my friends. Like, especially when I'm drunk, dude, I'm that one friend. It's like, I'm the I love you friend.
You put your arm around the
like, te quiero un chingo. I'm that guy.
Hans is that for me.
Really?
He's like screaming, like, right on my ear, spinning, like, why haven't you called me? Like,
Bueno, bueno.
Yeah, like,
you didn't call me?
Yeah, I always, like, ooze out happiness when I'm, like, on a good one. And, like, I even call people. Like, to this day, like, I'm like FaceTiming my friends. It's like 2 a.m. It's like, what are you doing? I love you. But with my family sometimes, like with my sister, it's really hard sometimes for me to like hug her and embrace her. Like, it's super fucking weird how that happens. I don't know if it was like kind of similar to what you're saying, but it's like, I don't know what it is, but like you get me on a good one. It's like, dude, I'm even telling like homeless people I love them. It's fucking weird.
I think it probably goes back to like how we grew up. Because, I mean, my mom showed me affection. My dad, well, I mean, I feel like dads really don't. Especially the dads from, like, back then. You know, the super old-fashioned.
Like machismo, old school,
So I feel like I didn't get that from him. So as I got older, I kind of started becoming more, like, not machista, but, like, I don't know how to tell people, like my dad. But it was his birthday, and I gave him a hug, like, oh.
Like a side hug. Yeah. I do that
dude.
shit too, dude. And I talk to my dad every single day. Like, we work together. And it's still, even to this day, sometimes it's like hard for me to like embrace him in that way.
Yeah. You think it's a culture thing?
I definitely
like, puro salvadoreño.
Yeah, my dad's like straight up, like super machista.
Like, puro, like.
Yeah, like.
Like, I know how
like it was funny today. Like, we were talking about like the podcast, and I was like, oh yeah, some of the boys are coming down from the IE. Like, we got to finish work fast. Like, I want to get the fuck out of here. Because originally I wasn't going to work today. And then, well, things got pushed back. And I messaged Sean and I was like, hey, dude, like, so we have contracts with Airbnb with my dad's company.
Oh, shit. Okay.
So I was like, sometimes they call us and it's like, dude, we need you now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's what happened. And then, whatever, we were working. And then, like, my dad's very typical. It was like, if you're not sweating while you're working, like if you don't come home and you're fucking dead ass tired from your work, it's not real work. And I was like, dude, I gotta go do a podcast. And he's like, yo no saco beneficio de eso. It's like, we gotta work, bro. I was like, damn, dog.
Yeah, I feel.
Well, even like when he's working from home, like his dad's like, you're not working. Like, come help me. And I'm like, bro, like you're literally.
Like, dude, just because I'm not sweating doesn't mean I'm not working, bro.
I think that's what we were talking about last time. Like, you know, back in the day, you had to kill yourself to show people that everybody was working hard just for like the bare minimum, and you had to like survive. But now I feel like we work smarter, not harder.
Yeah.
So we're like more different than their generation.
Yeah, definitely.
Because my dad's the same. My dad's like, you ain't working. Like, yeah, you got $1,000 or whatever on some little whatever, but it's not enough.
It's not real work.
It's not real
work.
Yeah.
But they will never understand. I feel like your dad would probably see this as like, it's a little radio station.
Yeah.
But you don't see the bigger picture of like, nah, we could buy houses with this. Like we could, like that, I could retire you over this, you know? And yeah, it's all different. I think it's culture.
Yeah,
Culture.
it definitely is. It definitely is.
Yeah.
Generations too, like they don't understand this era, you know, like
Yeah.
what having a podcast can do, or like what it can grow into too.
I think my dad's like on that, like, oh well, does it give you fucking 401k?
Your dad
Give you insurance?
So when
my God.
when we first started the podcast, I told my dad, I was like, hey, this is the idea I have. Like, it's podcasting. Like, I mean, we're not as old as like the IE network and stuff, but it was still fairly new, right? So
Yeah.
I was like, hey, well, when podcasting, you do this, like, you like record yourself, you record your conversation, and you put it out for random people to listen to you. And he's like, what the fuck? And then he's like, ¿Y para eso te pagan o qué? Like, that was his first thing.
Oh,
like, I was
sure.
like,
Are
hey,
you
I'm
gonna get
starting this new adventure with Vive con Huevos. It's no longer going to be a clothing brand. I'm turning it into a podcast. And he's like, ¿Y para eso te pagan o qué? And that was his first thing. Like, that's all he cared about. And I was like, well, no, but eventually, eventually you find sponsors, and maybe they'll like Blue Chew or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
Blue Chew. Nah, I think that's how it was at first with my dad and my mom. They're like, oh, pues no te pagan y esto y el otro. And then as my dad and my mom started seeing, like, you know, me getting paid, and then they'll like be on Instagram or YouTube and they'll see like my reels. They'll be like, ah, cabrón.
Yeah.
Mira, mijo, te vi aquí. Me dijo tu tía que te vio en el Instagram. Like, oh, so now
you
it's
get
cool.
it. Now,
Yeah.
Who's cool now?
Yeah, so my dad will tell me, like, we got invited with the LA Galaxy. They followed us, invited us to the
that's
game.
dope, yeah.
So my dad's like, oh, está chido. Like,
Yeah.
okay.
Invítame.
Now, right?
So I was like,
Yeah.
all right. Like, he's starting to get it now. He gets it. But he's still with the, I mean, you don't have insurance. How are you going to do? I'm like, bro, like, well, I'm going to be a millionaire. I don't need insurance. You know, I'll be making.
I'll pay the penalty. Fuck
pay that
insurance.
shit.
Yeah. I'll go to TJ.
You guys' parents both watch these episodes or no? Or they're like,
My mom does.
Yeah,
every
her mom
Tuesday.
does.
That's good.
Yeah, my sister listens to it every now and then because some of our content isn't like PG, and she has my,
Saludos, señora. ¿Cómo está?
And
Buenos
she-
días.
and she has my nieces with her, so it's like sometimes she'll listen when the kids aren't there. My mom will see the reels because she's on Instagram, but she doesn't fully understand how like Spotify or YouTube works.
Yeah.
isn't it crazy? Like, isn't it weird seeing your mom on Instagram?
Yeah.
My mom has one. I'm like, you shouldn't be on Instagram.
My mom be
okay?
posting like the random ass shit, dude. She'll be posting like a cup of
shit.
something. Oh, did it die?
I don't know.
I'll
Because
check
it's
right now.
plugged in. Sorry.
It might have gone out.
We'll go check.
Jesus, pause.
Pause.
That's scared.
And we're back. I feel like a Manscaped would be a good one because Vive con Huevos, you know?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the one we're gonna work on.
Yeah, we had
first.
Manscaped for a bit. And
Something just happened, right? It was like recent.
yeah. With everyone, a friend, I think.
The
Oh
whole.
wow.
Yeah.
All right.
But
Oh, nah.
yeah. Now,
I think they're local.
what we Manscaped?
Yeah.
Okay.
I know Blue Chew is hard to get, bro, because fuck, I don't know. They're like picky.
Really?
I'm gonna have to
And I feel like I've heard like a lot of people getting sponsored by them.
I know.
Yeah.
Like someone that you know personally?
Not personally, but just like random podcasts that I
Yeah.
listen to.
Yeah, I've noticed, but I feel like they have a lot of followers.
Yeah.
I think that's why. But shit, one day we'll be sponsored by.
We're getting there little by little.
Manifesting.
Yeah.
Anyways.
What the hell are we talking about?
I don't know. That was a really long break. Sorry,
Fuck
guys.
me in the ass.
Bro, just leave it. You
It's
suck.
okay. They're the ones that get clips.
True.
What were we talking about? Oh, Rexx being Brazilian.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was. Honestly, at first I was like, oh, he's light skin. He's black. He's light skin. And then he's like, nah, I'm not black. And I was like, oh, he's Brazilian.
Bro, and I was like, you think I'm Brazilian? I'm like, all right,
I'll take it.
I'll lie to
I'll
you.
take it.
I'll lie to you. And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm Brazilian. He's like, where you from? I'm like, oh, Rio. And these guys came to my house.
Rex starts breaking out in the waka waka, bro.
Bro, because you look at him, he has his curly hair and like, you know, he's dark skinned a little bit. And I was like, bro, he's either black or he's from Brazil. And yeah, he said he was Brazilian. And then, like, I believed him for like what 2
Bro,
years. Huh?
yeah.
Holy shit!
Oh
for
shit,
2
2
years?
years?
Yeah,
Damn,
2
I
years
should have kept it
until-
going for 2 years.
Until I finally invited
No,
him
that
to my
would've been
house.
fun.
I'm like, hey, pull up. And he's like, all right. And these guys finally met my dad. And it's funny because my dad comes out without a shirt to the kitchen. And he's talking all like, puro catracho,
Yeah.
you know, like.
Puta madre.
Yeah, like.
Brian.
Brian, bájame, oh, you know. And these guys are like, wait, what the fuck? Like, you're not Brazilian? I'm like, I'm not. Like, he's like, what? This whole time you lied to us? I'm like, I didn't lie to you. I just
well,
went along with it.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because Pau always says like, you lied to me, you're a fraud, and I was like, I didn't lie to you. I just never told you that I was Salvi.
Yeah, we like staying mysterious.
Yeah.
You didn't ask. I didn't.
Well, I didn't ask because I just assumed. I just fully assumed. And then I met his parents, and I was like,
well, that's the thing about San Diego is like we're so close to the border that. I mean, 90% of the Latinos that you run into are Mexican. Yeah, they're like, oh, it's Mexicano, it's Tijuana.
Yeah, never.
And then like my Spanish is not. When I talk to homies, it's not Salvadorian.
I was about to say it right now when you said he sounded a little Mexican.
Yeah, no, he really does. But once you hear him talk to his parents, I'm like, oh.
So you switch off?
Yeah.
Unconsciously.
Did your parents talk like?
No, they talk like when you
like what kind of Salvadorian do they talk? Do they talk like the?
Do it.
Like the ghetto, like street, or do they talk like just normal? Because they have fresas over there too.
It depends who they're talking to.
If they're talking to you, how?
If they're talking to me, it's like straight ghetto.
Do they cuss?
Oh my God.
Left and right, bro.
Yeah.
Left
I understand.
Dude, so for the first,
kinda.
like when we first started dating, I was like, hey, I don't know if I want to like. I don't know if I want to have kids with this guy. And I'm like, if we ever have kids, like I'm never going to be able to drop them off at my suegros because I'm going to have a 3-year-old running around screaming, hijo de puta, like just
puta.
I'm like, I can't. Yeah, I was like, there's no way.
Oh
but now I'm over it and I'm like, whatever. It is what it is.
I have one of my little cousins in El Salvador, like she was maybe like 6 at the time. And you know how like, well, they collect the glass bottles over there, but they collect them in those crates.
Yeah.
So she was playing, like, fucking around because my abuelita has a little tiendita over there. And she was, like, fucking around with the crates, and one of the glasses breaks, and she goes, oh, what'd she say? Fuck. Jesus, pause. No, I think she did. Oh, no, she go, puta. But she's like, I got a puta. And then we all turned around, like, what the fuck?
Damn, the kids.
You see?
But it's because like they cuss left and right. It's like it just rules.
It's
like
in their genes.
Yeah, it is. It's like
I feel like your dad has gotten a little better.
My dad's gotten a
When
lot
I first met
better.
him, I was like, every other word was a cuss word. I was like, okay. And I wasn't used to it. Like puta for me was like, don't use it. And like, I don't want to say it, but like verga was also one that was like, don't use it a lot. And like that's all they say. And I'm just like, okay. But it's calmed down. It's not as bad anymore.
I think like it's kind of hard to. Well, I don't know because he's from Honduras, and I feel like the Hondureño accent and Salvadorian is kind of like similar.
Oh yeah, super. I mean, they're neighbors.
Yeah, bro. So I'm like, damn, because he says some stuff, and I hear like other friends that are Salvadorian say something. I'm like, bro, it's the same. And then if he makes fun of me because he's like, every time he thinks Mexican accent, he thinks the F.
Oh, okay. Like chilango.
Like chilango.
Vamos, papi. Cámara, puto. Like, I'm like, bro, it's not how we all talk.
Yeah, like.
Well, it's funny because like a lot of the people that I went to high school with talk like that. Yeah.
Like, from el DF.
Yeah.
How do you say it?
Huh?
It's okay, bro.
There's a lot of shit I said, but it's like, mañana, échale, mami.
Vamos para la discoteca, mi amor. Wow, baby, vamos.
Okay.
Yeah, like that, straight like, that's how I look at all of them, but.
So it's funny, we, Pau's mom's, one of her best friends was dating a Salvadorian for like the longest time. And we went to a Padres game.
She picked up on the accent.
Yeah.
Like she can speak it.
Yeah, she can speak it perfectly. And we, Pau's mom, her best friend, and I went to a Padres game one day, and we were just talking, like, and then she's like, "Do you know how to like te sale el acento?" And I was like, "Dude, yeah." But we're already faded, and when I get faded, bro, like I'll speak everything but English. Like I'll be speaking French, bro. I'll be speaking
When
Salvadorian
he starts
language.
to get drunk, his Spanish turns into Chilango Spanish.
Oh yeah,
Yeah?
But I think it's just because I was used to it. But anyways, but that day, like we were just like making fun of Salvies, bro, and we were like. Because you know how they I feel like majority of them start every fucking sentence with a
Oh yeah,
mira vos.
Well, your dad does do that, so I thought it was like your dad thing, but
that's the thing you gotta understand about us. We
like super animated.
We don't talk, but we make noises. We say, nah.
okay, this is very
Hold up. Like you know what I'm saying? Off of those little Mexicans don't do that. I think it's just a Central American thing. They be like, Bye. Bye.
I feel right at home right now.
Yeah.
There's another one. It's funny. It's like, like you know, like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
And it's
your
funny,
dad
like,
does-
so,
definitely
like,
does
I
that.
feel
Your
like,
mom does too.
yeah, I feel like Central Americans, they people watch a lot. So, like, whenever I hang out with my parents, they talk to each other in the, and like, and like someone will walk by.
Okay, they do the mouth thing.
like, pasame, like we talk. I'm telling you, we literally talk with our mouth.
Yeah.
Well, like I bet your mom tell you like go get her something. She'll be like, agarrame eso ahí, eso ahí, bo.
Yeah.
You do that too, though.
I do,
And
yeah.
I'm like, what? Don't do
It's
that to me.
Like, Hans, they literally,
Yeah.
our family literally points at that bag and be like, eso vos ahí, pasámela. Like, you'd be like, ¿cuál eso? Mira mi boca, mira, like that. And
He sounds like
You'd
your
be
mom.
Yeah, I was like, fuck, are you my little brother?
yeah,
Can I
like
adopt you real quick,
just
bro?
point at it and tell
Yeah.
me. But no, they're with their mouth. They're like, oh, eso ahí.
Yeah.
I
Like,
think
it's
the
funny.
most I've heard like the accent is when like whenever I like this fool invites me to a party, like his wife's family.
Yeah.
Oh, my
And that's
girl,
when that's when I like
Is she
for-
Central
like,
American too?
my wife.
from Honduras too.
Oh,
From
okay.
Honduras too.
So for his wedding, like everyone's Hondureño.
Yeah.
I think it was just me, Carlos. Yeah, probably just me and Carlos that
Yeah.
were Mexican.
You gotta understand, like my wife comes, look, my wife. It's crazy how like the world is. Like I'm not trying to say she's my soulmate, but she might be my soul. I don't know, but whatever. I think like back home, my wife, her family literally grew up 5 minutes away from where my family grew up.
Oh, okay.
And it's crazy how we found each other in this, in the
Yeah.
U.S. and
Oh,
all
you
that.
didn't even meet out there.
No,
Oh,
we
shit.
met over here, and it's crazy because like our family literally lives 5 minutes, and their accent is way like ghetto and more thicker than the way my parents talk. Because my parents talk just normal, like, it's like, sí, mío está bien, no, gracias, blah, blah, blah. But then I'm like, wo, puta,
That's the way my parents are. Yeah.
like the hard, like
Yeah.
the grunt, you know. And I'm just be like, damn. And they're all females.
Yeah.
It's like 30 women, no men.
Oh my
30
God.
women, and it's just like I'm like, damn, hearing these women really like speak that
Yeah.
like that ghetto shit is like, damn, like that's that real Hondureña, like
Yeah.
like just everything from my my qué pasó, my, and it's kind of like
Damn.
You're walking around like,
yeah. It's like, oh my God.
it's funny because when I'm drunk too, I'll like throw up MS-13 at her. I'm like, what's up?
Weird.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Ghetto.
Gotta reevaluate who I'm with right now.
That's what she don't want to marry you. You keep doing it, huh?
No, but it's good. It's
Yeah.
good to just bring that at home. Like it's funny though. Like
I love
just
it,
having
bro.
different cultures
Yeah.
in one house. Like it's funny.
Yeah.
Like
Sometimes I like, she'll be getting ready and I'll just start talking and be like, dime que me quieres vos. Mira. Dame un besito.
I know Salvadorians do that little like mira este. And I'll be like, what do they say? Like, no, este hipótesis está mal. But they have like that. Hans, you gotta understand. Salvadorians have like the different, like the way they talk. It's kind of like low, but it's fast.
Yeah.
It's
You
harder.
know?
It's hard to me. I think the accent in like Spanish, it's hard to understand Salvadorians, Hondureños, Puerto Ricans, and Dominicans.
Yeah, it was really hard for me to understand his parents when we first
Yeah.
met. Like, till this day, I'm like, I don't think I can ever go back to El Salvador with you and meet your grandma, because I feel like we're both just gonna stare at each other and smile and like laugh at each,
Yeah,
you know,
'cause
like
you
what
don't
you're saying, because she's not gonna understand me and I'm not gonna
So
understand.
sometimes I'll talk to my grandma and she's like, you understood everything she just said? And I was like, yeah. What do you mean?
Yeah.
Hola,
Sometimes it's
señora,
hard.
and I just like that's all I
Bro,
say.
I'll be honest with you. I'm finally learning like Mexican slang, different culture. Because I thought, like Hans said, I thought everybody spoke the same.
Yeah.
But now I'm finally understanding the states, the cities, the culture, the accent, and it's kind of like it's different from people that were born in Durango, Ciudad, or from where he's from, Nayarit, like Puerto Vallarta. Like it's just I'm finally understanding that no, not everybody's like that.
Yeah.
Was it difficult for you, like growing up, like differentiating that? Like, so like for me, I've said this before, like, it's not that I was ashamed of being Salvadorian, but it was really hard because like growing up in San Diego, everybody was fucking Mexican.
Yeah.
So my Spanish growing up with my friends, I was like, no, like you don't really say those words like this. You say it this way.
Yeah.
And then I would go home with like Mexican slang and my parents like, así no se dice, cabrón, se dice así. Or like,
Yeah.
So it was like I was always like, fuck,
Yeah.
what do I do? So I was like, I just started speaking English, like just straight up.
I mean, I always tell, like, I think I had a conversation with my mom. I let her explain that a lot of first generations or second generations have problems that being Mexican American, and they think like, okay, yes, like it's hard and this and that. But I also feel that Central Americans don't ever get a light on, like they never belong in here because let's be honest, like this is Mexico, like California is straight up like Mexico, and the population like straight up that culture of Mexico wherever you go. And I feel like Central Americans never really felt right at home because everybody in their school, their work, it's just like population's a lot. Latinos are really controlled and mostly Mexican. When I grew up in LA, I grew up in Koreatown. I think I had like a bunch of my friends were, Chapines, Salvadoreños. I had people from Nicaragua. I had people from like Belize and Costa Rica. So like and I felt like home. Yeah. I had a bunch of like Catracho friends. I think when I finally realized it, when it hit me was sophomore year, I moved to Fontana, IE, which is like, the IE is straight up like Mexican, like Mexican truckers, like construction workers. And that's when I started like getting that like, oh, you're Hondureño, like, oh, where are you? A lot of people knew off the rip, oh, he's not one of us. So they saw me a little different, and all my homies saw me as like, oh, he's just my Honduran friend. And then the jokes covered it, but I always had that thick skin to say like, nah, fuck that. Like, you guys are funny. You guys think I'm funny? Like, you guys are like, I started making some Mexican jokes on them, And I finally realized when I moved to the IE, I could say.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope. Because for me, it was like total opposite experience. Like, to me, I was like totally shut down and like super shy at first. And I was like, I think it kind of got to the extent of like being ashamed of being Salvi to a point. Because it was like, oh, you're Salvi. Because there's always that like beef,
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I'll be honest with you. I mean, that's the reason why like a lot of people call it Salvi, set out this. And that's why a lot of, like I told Hans, like a lot of old school Mexicans teach their kids like, Salvadoreños or Central Americans are like the below of us. Just like other countries, like China, Japan. The Philippines are the bottom of their like countries and cultures.
Asian countries,
And us Central Americans, like, we're on the bottom because they feel superior because, it's a big country compared to us.
Oh, yeah.
But, I mean, that's what I always tell Hans, like, bro, you got to learn more that we have, like, good things here, good things over there. And it's never to bash us down. Like, we got some cool stuff.
Yeah, and I also think that you had the advantage of still growing up with people from Central America.
Yeah, I got lucky.
Whereas you grew up with straight Mexican.
Yeah.
So like that's why that's probably where the difference was of like you feeling ashamed, starting to feel a little ashamed, and you not, is that like you were already older when you moved, and like you were able to be like, no, fuck you, like I know who I am, and like shake it off. Whereas like you were little and getting that backlash.
Yeah, like even like my parents' best friends, their comadre, she's Salvadorian, but their compadre, he's from Sinaloa. Like, ¿qué onda pues?
Yeah, we're about to go to Mazatlán, Sinaloa.
Oh, nice.
When? April?
Oh,
for the
my homie's batch.
Oh, okay, I was going to say for the festival.
No, and I told him, well, for that too.
The carnival.
Santa.
I guess they're taking me.
And I told him, I was like, bro, like you're gonna know the difference how people from Sinaloa talk.
Oh yeah, you
like,
could.
¿Qué ole, primo?
Hey,
¿qué ole, primo? And they hold their beer like this.
And August was my first time going to Mexico. I finally got my green card. And Puerto Vallarta was like a full experience. I'm like, okay, it's similar to us, but it's a little different.
Yeah.
Because that's more like a little tropical, I guess. But I was like, okay, it's cool.
But I told him, I was like, nah, I was like, Vallarta's more touristy now, bro.
It is.
Well, it's kind of like,
well,
I mean, I hope I don't get like too much hate, but it's like for me, like I don't like Cancun. Because I feel like now it's just touristy as hell, you know?
No,
it's beautiful, but it's the tourism that kind of screws it over.
We're hitting Mazatlán.
My
bad.
We must playing. I get that shit right.
And then my
you see these Mexicans always correcting us, bro. Fuck.
And then the homie's getting married in Morelia.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
And then after, it literally lands on the same week of my birthday. So I'm thinking of going to Ciudad de Mexico, like.
Ciudad de Mexico is great. We're actually going in towards the end of the month. There's a lot to see within the city, but like you have to be careful with the outskirts because it's pretty dangerous out there.
That's what they start. They have schools over there to pickpocket you.
I heard Tepito's really nice, bro.
No, don't go to Tepito. Stop doing that.
I was thinking like like the homie told me that it's really gentrification. A lot of white people live there.
Yeah.
And it's
Within
like
the
kind of
city.
like
Yeah.
New York. He said
Yeah.
like double the New York, I guess. And I was like, okay, like I'm gonna go to my homie's wedding and then I'm gonna go with my
Do
wife
it.
to go
I would
see
do
the
it.
ciudad,
Yeah,
you know?
I think it's a great city. I love going to Mexico City, and I feel like right now a lot of people that like since we all work from home now and stuff, like a lot of people moved over there to like live that city life. Like you could not the New York City life, but like go to
Yeah.
Mexico. It's a little cheaper.
That's exactly what I was telling Hans last time, that my dream is to, because my dad has property in Honduras and my mom bought a property by the beach, literally like in front of the beach. I can say I have a beach property, and like I want to help my mom build a house, and my dream is to live in Honduras and live here. And my girl was kind of like, oh, I don't know about that. Like we're raised here, blah blah. But I'm like, if white people could do it, why can't we?
yeah, seriously.
Enjoy our country and where
Big
we
facts,
grew up.
yeah.
Like, why can't we go over there for 3 months, 4 months, working like remote, and then
From a
come home?
business aspect, 6 months in a day. Just keep
The
that in
taxes.
mind.
6 months in a day.
6 months in a day.
That's true because past, yeah.
You guys wouldn't like to do that? Like,
I would.
So
have a house and
Yeah, I
my
would.
you know?
I want to get the fuck out of here, bro.
Me
Out of
too.
what, California? Or
Out of
United
the
States?
States.
United
stuff.
Me too.
Okay.
So, and when I was in high school, my biggest dream was to live in Barcelona.
Ooh.
So right after high school, I took a sabbatical
You're a
of 6 months.
conquistador, huh?
Yeah, I'm taking it back, bro.
That's
My name's
right,
Cortez.
bro.
I'm going back home. So,
You belong there, bro.
yeah. So I took a little sabbatical of 6, 7, 8 months, and
That's-
we
Damn.
backpacked. I was fortunate enough to backpack all over Spain.
That's
So we
sick.
started in San Sebastian, and we went all the way down, like all the way down to, I forget what's on the other end. But anyways, the point is, I fell in love with Barcelona. The party scene was dope. Of course, I was 18, 19,
Did you
bro.
go to Ibiza?
No, I
Ibiza.
didn't. I know.
Ibiza?
Ibiza.
But I fell in love with it, bro. So ever since then, I've had the dream of like retiring, not even retiring out there, just fucking living out there.
Yeah, yeah.
And then as of maybe like 2 years ago, I was like, you know what? I'm down to go anywhere. Give me a little ranchito, give me some cows and a horse, and then I'm there, bro.
You gotta remember, you gotta take care of all those horses and cows.
Yeah.
That's
See,
what
I
he
thought-
wants
See,
to
but
do,
I
apparently.
like it.
I
So
thought the same thing,
Yeah.
but then I was like, I want horses, I want cows, chickens. But then I was like,
Who takes care of
Yeah, I
them?
forgot who told me. Like, but that
Someone's
means you
gotta
have to take care of them.
So
So that was my reaction when he was telling me. I was like, but who the fuck's gonna take care of them? And he was like, me. And I was like, whoa, like taken
So
back.
when
And I was like, that's a you thing.
When I was little, my dad grew up on a ranch in El Salvador. So
you're
I'm
a
used to
campero.
it. Yeah. So
Okay.
So like when I was little, they would take me out there and like, dude, I would like wrangle fucking chickens in their neck, dude. That's
my mom too, bro. My mom
Not
too.
my
That's
life.
why I can't. Like my mom will go to my friend's rancho out here in Harupa, and every time we go, my mom's like killing the fucking
chickens.
Chickens.
Like food. My mom's like slits her throat.
Savage.
Crazy, bro. And I'm like, I couldn't do that shit, bro. I was like, nah.
When I was little, my grandma was like, ¿Quieres ver algo? And then she tied a chicken's neck with some string and just let it run. And I was like,
Scarsy, huh?
yeah.
No, I
But-
can't do that. I
but-
just wouldn't be able to like eat the animal. Like we'd have the chickens and the cows and the pigs and the horses, but I'd be like, well,
Don't kill Charlie.
like that's our pet now. Like
Nah, I'll still eat them. I'll still eat that food, but I just can't kill them.
Yeah.
So-
But to me, that's super peaceful. Like just disconnecting and
Oh,
just
for
being,
sure.
and it sounds super hippie, but like being one with your land and just,
for
you know.
You know where I want to do that?
Where? Sinaloa?
Switzerland, bro.
Oh,
Sinaloa.
Nah,
Switzerland.
I've heard that's beautiful.
Bro, they have all seasons. over
You've
there.
been?
No, I
Oh.
want to go.
I was like, I've never been.
I
So.
saw it on Google.
I see the shit all over
TikTok.
Instagram, bro. Nah, that's like my dream destination.
Yeah.
Like
That sounds, yeah. I would. I mean, I would.
I
love
want
to
like
visit.
if I want to get buried there, fool, like
Yeah.
come back a Viking. or something.
Isn't it crazy how like our parents like they like strived to like come to America
here.
And
and,
we
we're
wanna
over
get
here
the
like
fuck
fuck, let's go
out.
back.
It's expensive.
I think it falls back into like, you know, they bring like our parents. We have that like we have our traumas from our parents, and I feel like we feel so disconnected because we actually know where we're from.
Yeah.
So a lot of people go back just to feel connected.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, you are really from that country.
Yeah.
I feel
And
that.
I always tell Hans, like, I would love to buy a house in Roatan, well, like island. You know, we have like one of the best. We're like the second best coral reefs in the world, and we're really. I would
bad,
really
my
love
bad,
to
huh?
live in an island, like just.
Yeah. Well, I feel like Central America is just because of like what's happening politically or what's has happened politically throughout these past years. Everyone's so afraid to go that everything's pretty much virgin. That's the way I feel.
Yeah.
You know, not so bad, but it's
Yeah.
like a lot of people go to, at least from what I know from El Salvador, a lot of people go to like surf. Or like there's a lot of like.
It's Surf City, right?
Yeah.
Bro, I'm gonna be honest. El Salvador is like, after 1 year, 2 years, turned one of the most safest countries in Central America.
hell yeah.
Shout out Bukele.
And a lot of Salvadoreños has been like really out loud and more representing now because their country's finally like,
Bro,
it looked like they beat communism in a way,
Yeah.
you know, or that fraud. And I'm like, damn, people are really going
you
out.
guys have the best president in the
Dude, honestly,
Best president
this guy
in
needs to be
Central America.
president of the fucking world, bro.
Yeah, yeah, I agree, bro.
Shout out Bukele, bro.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get him on the podcast. But I was telling Pau's been wanting to go to El Salvador ever since we started dating. And when we first started dating, it was bad, bro. Like I had a cousin that went, and I mean tough, bro. Like so I have tattoos and stuff. And my cousin went and he has a tribal tattoo on his forearm. And he told me that their TSA saw the tribal band. And they're like, no, we got to take you to secondary, basically. And they stripped them down to see if they had any other markings. And it was like pretty bad for like a really long time. And so I was like, dude, like I have a whole ass like half sleeve.
Yeah.
So it's like, even if I have my arm out, like while we're driving, it's like, I'm going to feel super unsafe. Not only for me, but it's like, it's your first time and like you're my responsibility.
Yeah.
So I was just like, and now with Bukele and like everything that's been going on, my parents just
Todavía
went,
no me han llevado, pero pues.
my parents just went this past year and my mom came back and she's like, I have never felt safer. And I was like, wow, I'm going.
No, you should go.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I think for sure, just the locals looking at you, they'll be like, "Oh, he's American."
Yeah, no, they know.
Off the rip.
Yeah, because
so I think you're safe, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
when I was little, we used to go 3 times a year, and I think maybe like 8 years ago we stopped going.
Because
And I
of
haven't
how
been
bad it
back.
got?
Yeah,
Or-
it got really bad, and then we started the business, and then I just didn't have time. We just didn't end up going.
Nah, you should go back. It's good to
Yeah.
get back in roots and then show her like this is where I come from.
Yeah, these are real pupusas.
This is a real.
That's what I want to go
Yeah.
for.
You can't eat them with the fork, girl.
No, oh, dude, trust me.
Our first
I learned
time.
my fucking lesson.
Oh, me
I
too.
thought I tried to like. Well, I didn't fucking know. I had never ate pupusas before, and he took me, and I was like, oh, cool, and I grabbed it and I like picked it up like a taco.
Oh my
He
god.
fucking started making fun of me, and I was like, how am I supposed to eat this? And he's like, just tear it apart, and I was like, that's weird.
Yeah,
And now I eat them like a pro. But
I did the same thing. I used to work when I was probably like 18 years old, 19 years old. I used to work at Chic, and there was I had a Salvadorian coworker. He was like an older guy. He's probably like he's probably 45 around there at the time. He was a señor. Every time he would see me, he was Salvadorian. He's like, hey, Colocho, ¿qué onda, Colocho? I'm like, cipote, hey, cipote, right? But I remember some lady would go there and sell pupusas, and I didn't know shit, bro. She gave me the fork. So she's like, oh, ten the pupusa, whatever. She would sell them. And I grabbed the pupusa, started eating with the fork and the knife. And he's like, ¿Qué haces vos? Eso no come con cuchara, come con la mano, vos.
No.
En El Salvador. And I got him mad, fool, because I was like, pues no
Hey,
estamos en El Salvador.
oh shit!
And he got
you
mad,
pulled that card.
Bro, he got pissed. Shout out to Don Henry. Bro, he got pissed, bro. And like,
You basically said go back to your country.
Oh, this is a fucking white. Oh my god.
nah, I
Fucking
told
supremacist.
that fool got me. He got me hot, fool. He's like, así no se come. And I'm like, así no se come en El Salvador. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? We're not Salvador. Leave me alone.
Bro, but try to understand. Like,
No, I know.
what if you put ketchup in a taco?
I get him eating. I get him started.
How would it feel if you put ketchup in a taco and the guy's just eating it?
I'll sock that.
You see, that's what I'm
He
saying.
picks it up, eat it like that.
Eat it like
in
on
the middle, just
You literally just
Nah,
told him, like,
honestly,
we're
I,
not in
I,
your country.
nah, honestly, I wouldn't care if I watched it. I'd look at him weird. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
you
like
doing?
what the fuck? Well, that's how he looked at me. And he
Yeah.
was like, "You have to eat it like with your hands." And I was like, "But it's hot!" Like,
well, so you gotta like open it like an envelope a little
Yeah.
bit and just let
Well,
it steam
now I
out.
know. But that was my first time. How was I supposed to
Yeah.
know?
So if Pau ever asked me to marry her, we have this thing. So in LA they have putacos.
What the fuck is that?
So
I've heard about
they
that.
look fucking
Pupusas
bomb. So
with
the
meat on top.
yeah the pupusas the
the
tortilla,
but it's an actual.
and then they
pupusa.
put like adobada or carne asada on top with all the toppings of like a
Pupusa.
pupusa.
LA just be making that
Yeah,
stuff.
bro. But
Honestly,
honestly, it looks
you-
fucking dang.
You're gonna have to take me to eat pupusas after this episode because like
yeah.
now I'm craving
Bro,
them.
you saw the birria pizza?
Oh, yeah, we have
They
one
have
right
one
here.
here
Y'all
that's
be-
pretty
you see?
bomb.
Y'all be, they
What
be
is
doing
that?
the most. LA be doing the most with,
Yeah.
with food. Or sushi taco?
What the
I haven't
fuck?
seen that.
Sushi
that.
taco.
Sushi taco.
Damn. I'm hungry.
That was
I
crazy.
feel high right now.
I feel like motherfuckers be high making shit.
I think we need to bring
But
back
it
Iron
works,
Munchies.
dude. Like, I'd be on TikTok, it's like, damn, I'm fucking hungry. bro.
Have
That's
she
why I'm-
ate everything like on the menu?
Yeah, well.
No, I only get the pupusas.
Well, she's had the.
I had the tamal.
The
yuca.
elote,
The
tamal de
yuca.
con crema?
No, not yet.
Oh.
Not yet. She's had
The
the tamal.
tortas, but the
Mama,
ones
boy,
your
you
mom
need
makes.
to put her
know.
on.
What is it?
I've had the sub during tamal.
El tamal de elote, pero con crema. Oh,
Con crema.
Oh, but yo le pongo crema a los tamales, so
that's
that's
fucking
not
bomb.
weird for me.
They, my,
I should try pan con pollo.
yeah.
That's the
Yeah,
the torta,
el
right?
pan con chumpe.
Yeah. Oh,
That's my
those are
favorite
bomb.
dish.
His
Salvador.
mom
My-
makes them.
My comadre,
A1, shout out suegra.
shout out our comadre.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
sorry. She's been asking me for years, bro. I've known our comadre like 8 years now. And she's every single year, she's like, when is your mom gonna make them? When is your mom gonna make them? And I just always forget, bro. My mom makes them, and I just never take her any. But dude, they're fucking dank.
So good. All
Especially
right,
when you
anyways,
get
we gotta move on here. I'm getting hungry.
I know, I'm worried about the top of the bolillo.
This is about to turn into SD and Munchies.
Yeah.
What Mexican dish got you like that you never tried that like the first time you were like, fuck, like I might eat this for a minute, like a long time.
Mole.
Mole.
Yeah.
People don't
Bro,
like
I've never
mole.
tried mole.
No,
No?
you say you don't like it.
Oh, I did try a little, but not like a full mole. Like,
What do you
I
like?
just
Sweet one or spicy one?
Sweet.
See, I
So
me
Pau
too.
brought me back one from Oaxaca, right? Dude, I still dream about
Fire.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Fire.
Yeah.
With Spanish rice?
Spanish
Like
rice.
red
Why you guys
rice.
call
My
it
mom made it.
Spanish?
Arroz.
El arroz
Is it
rojo-
like Mexican
rojo.
rice?
Red rice. Yeah, like
Yeah, the red
en
rice.
That's
tomate.
racist,
Uh-huh.
dude.
It says Spanish.
That's racist.
Your guys' beaner rice?
Your beaner, your goddamn beaner rice. Nah, bro, like
Your Jose rice.
he told me, he's like, I don't like mole. You told me, I had it, I don't like
I
it.
don't know. It just
You,
seemed like
you probably just haven't had a really good one.
'Cause it
Because for
looks
the
like
longest
doo-doo.
time, I had like
the
the
first time I saw it, I was like, kind of looks like mud. You know, with a little carne in
It's
it.
also hard to make. I feel like
Yeah.
I'm pretty picky with it. I'm not a picky eater, but I'm pretty picky with
like
the
at,
mole. 'Cause
at
feel
first I
like-
didn't like it because I would
Not
always
everybody.
just eat like the Doña Maria mole. You know,
Yeah.
the one with like little
Which can
The
be
yellow-
really good if you
yellow.
know how to
the
make
one that
it.
comes the one that
Glass?
the one
Yeah.
that turns into a cup
Like,
later.
you end up keeping the cups.
Yeah.
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 And then she brought me that one from Oaxaca, and I was like, God damn, I
Yeah,
gotta eat this
it's
shit
good.
every day.
That would be your favorite Mexican
That and
dish?
sopa tortilla.
Sopa
Sopa de
tortilla.
Sopa
Tortilla.
tortilla, yeah.
That's
I
good
mean,
too.
fuck, I eat Mexican food every day for my house. Shout out to my mom.
Bro, we went to PV.
Oh,
We're all eating we're eating delicious. And this motherfucker orders a burger. And I'm like, why'd you order a burger? He's like, what? I always eat Mexican at home. And I'm like,
I mean,
oh,
that's
you're
true,
right.
and it's nothing
like,
like,
you're right.
you know, it's gonna be
Like-
better.
how'd you guys like PB?
It was
Oh,
fun.
it was
Yeah.
fun.
It was
It was
fun.
amazing.
Yeah,
was fun.
we always have a lot of fun in PB, but I feel like every single time we've gone, we always get into a fight because it's a bunch of
Yeah.
college kids. So
What
like
the-
even
Oh, damn.
yeah,
And then you just get
you
so
got resort or
fucked
Airbnb?
oh wait,
Oh, Puerto
oh
Vallarta.
Puerto Vallarta. I was talking about
I thought you said PV, like Pacific Beach
So there's
here.
a spot here.
No, PV. I was like, oh, that's the beach.
Yeah,
My bad. Puerto Vallarta.
Puerto Vallarta.
I saw PV too, though, yeah.
Dude, I was like, damn, y'all good? Like, I was like, what's up? Like, don't be doing that out there. It's crazy.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pacific
P-
Beach.
Pacific
Nah,
Beach, yeah.
Puerto Vallarta.
Yeah, Puerto Vallarta was fun, but I did have it was a burguesa de camarón.
Oh,
It was it was a shrimp burger.
Was it like a patty, like the salmon patties, or was it just like loose shrimp in it?
I think it was just shrimp and lettuce, tomato, and shit. But he's like, what the fuck, you're weird. We're in Mexico. I'm like, bro, I eat Mexican food every fucking day. And my mom, no creas que like hace comida así mexicana. Like, nah, she
Like
with
she
manteca.
gets down.
Like
Oh,
manteca
fuck.
food.
She's
like,
making the real
that
Mexican.
real
Yeah.
Mexican shit.
that clogged my arteries.
Like we go to fucking Cardenas food, like, you know what I mean? Like, I
Yeah,
guess
la
like that.
conocen.
So I'm like, nah. The food's like, what are you eating now? I'm like, bro, leave me alone, dog. Let me try.
I'm gonna take him to Honduras.
Yeah, I want to go to
I'm
we
gonna
should,
take
we
him.
should just take a trip.
I'm
To
down.
Central
Yeah,
America.
to Central America. Yeah,
Just do a.
My boss
road
was
trip.
sponsored.
yeah.
Ah,
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
Hey, ya dijo.
Right?
I'm looking for a sponsor too.
We can record a pod out there and just call it a business expense.
Honestly, hey,
So?
smart woman over here.
Come on.
That's why I keep her around.
That'd be some sick ass content.
Oh man, but
I was gonna ask you, how is it living here, like in SD? Oh well, my bad. I don't want
no,
put
yeah.
your 9.
Oh no, no,
Your
Oh,
yeah,
no.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Well,
Everybody
Chula
knows.
Vista, my bad.
Yeah.
Chula Vista. 'Cause I love Chula Vista. Every time
yeah.
I pass by here, I'm like, that's like beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like
Chula.
I always say this. we pay a premium in San Diego for a reason. Because it's always beautiful.
Yeah.
You know,
Not
like
just
right now,
the most expensive country,
technically,
city in the country.
Technically, right now we're in winter and it's like low 80s,
80 degrees outside,
high 70s. You know, it's not even. I mean, it's not even fucking cold. But I also haven't experienced anything out of San Diego. Like I was born and raised here, so I don't like. I'm biased because I haven't experienced anything. Pau's lived in Colorado and in San Fran.
Dude,
So-
I've said for the longest that if I end up like moving out, sorry for just cutting you off.
No, you're good.
But if I do end up moving out of California, like Colorado's like it's like up there.
It's up
Yeah.
there. Yeah, it was beautiful. I lived out there my younger years. So like I moved back for high school, but I was out there from like 3rd grade up until high school. So I can't say that I like lived the real experience, you know, but I do remember it being beautiful. I loved one thing that I do miss and I loved was waking up to like snow on Christmas. Like the white Christmas, like that you see in the movies, like that was really cool.
You had a chimney?
We did, yeah.
Yeah, Hans, we never experienced
we
that.
did have a chimney.
Let's travel to
Like Home Alone, like when you open the
Yeah,
window.
exactly like that. You open the windows, and like in the town that I lived, it wouldn't snow a lot because we were a little more south of Denver. So we were like 2 hours south of Denver, so it didn't snow a lot. But it never failed that on Christmas Day you would wake up and there was snow, which was like awesome.
beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful. They have amazing like national parks and amazing views. Definitely. Yeah, I guess I wouldn't like rule it out. I wouldn't move back to the town that I lived in, but I would move maybe like to Denver.
I mean, it's cheaper, right? Like, well, cheaper than here.
Cheaper than here, yeah. But then it's like, well, I guess if you have a job that pays you California dollars, because then you kind of end up, you know.
Oh, yeah.
But it was cheaper for sure. Beautiful though. I would recommend at least as a trip if you've never been.
Yeah, I would definitely want to get a cabin because I know we're. Oh, can I say that? Can I say?
Yeah, you can say it.
Is it? Can I say it?
Yeah, you can say it.
Well, this comes out in 2 weeks.
If not, we can just cut it out.
Just
Let
say
us
it.
know.
well, you know that new movie that's coming out, the new Thanksgiving movie. It's like a horror slasher movie or something like that.
I haven't seen
I
it.
haven't
No.
seen
It's
it.
like a trailer for it's like a new movie. Well, Sony invited us to the new premiere.
Oh, that's
and
dope. Yeah.
We're gonna do a video with them.
Oh, cool.
For the movie,
That's
like a
sick
little
as hell.
podcast.
Yeah.
On Wednesday, we got an Airbnb for it.
Oh, that's
Oh,
sick.
shit. Like this
Yeah.
upcoming Wednesday? Oh, shit.
So it's pretty
I think
cool.
it's like promo commercial, right?
It's a
for
promo
them?
commercial.
Oh, that's
for it,
sick.
so.
And that you're doing it. Where are you doing it?
In Big Bear.
Oh, okay. So that's why
So
you're
we're like,
saying
damn. Hopefully
cabin.
there's snow already. I don't think so.
Ooh,
Sometimes Big Bear
maybe.
does fake snow.
Well, they do for the mountain, like if
Yeah,
you want to
on the
go
mountain,
ski,
they'll do
but
that
it probably
fake snow,
won't be
yeah.
snow. You're not like walking around Big Bear and there's snow coming down, but
Yeah.
for
But
the
I know like on the
mountain, yeah.
slopes at a certain point, if it's not cold enough, they'll start like.
Yeah, I know it's gonna be cold because it's
Yeah.
gonna be. I checked the weather. It's gonna be
They
like
have powder.
35.
Oh, then
Oh yeah.
I mean,
they
you guys
be.
might get snow.
Hopefully, if it
Yeah.
rains, because I know last year they got fucking pounded by snow.
Oh, yeah, they did.
Yeah, like there was like like road closures and everything.
Bro, I have a funny story. Food like
Go for it. We love funny
me
stories.
and I remember Fernie.
Oh, yeah,
we
yeah.
went
This was
to.
pretty fun.
We got a cabin in Big Bear.
Yeah.
And this was like peak, like thunderstorm. He said that was the residents there said that was the worst snowstorm ever. Like the whole, damn, like maybe for like a mile, the whole power was off.
That's
Oh,
crazy.
wow.
Bro, the snow was up to our fucking like thighs, bro.
That's wild.
How long
And-
ago was this? Sorry, I
This
missed
was
that
like
part.
2 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Like
Nah,
2 years.
You had to go probably like 2018, 17.
Oh,
Okay,
I already
so
know.
a few-
fool.
yeah.
But
Also has all time.
yeah, I had to.
Yesterday,
I do that all the time. Like, oh, last
The
year.
other
How's
day-
that memories? It's all the
Other
drugs.
I feel that.
But yeah, we went. It was just me and him, and we got there like pretty late. At the time we got there, it was like dark, and I remember we pulled up into a little. We took the wrong turn into a little neighborhood. You know, the neighborhoods up there like small, they're narrow. We got stuck, bro. Stuck, and we couldn't move forward or back. And there was a bunch of cars in front of us that were stuck. Another car came behind us. We're about to reverse. He got stuck, so we had to wait, and we probably waited there for like 3 hours. And I remember like getting out of the car. I sunk in, dude. The fucking it went down up to my
Oh
my
my
thighs,
goodness.
and I was like, "Bro, we're gonna fucking die out here." Like no one.
It's a scary experience.
We had no
yeah.
signal
Yeah.
at all. We're like, "Bro, what do we do?" Luckily, like honestly, like we're there for 3 hours, and luckily a guy came with a big truck. It's a Mexican dude. Shout out to him, bro. He like saved everyone's life there. So he started pulling us out one by one.
Damn.
And then we finally ended up getting to the Airbnb. The whole neighborhood, the power was off. So everyone that was there waiting for it, they thought we were dead, bro. They couldn't like.
Oh my god, because they couldn't contact
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
And then we get there, the whole power's off. It's cold as fuck. That was night one. And then the owner's like, "Oh, the power should be on tomorrow, bro." The whole 3 days, the power was off.
Fuck.
We had a shower with cold ass
I was about
water.
to ask you what the fuck happened, like with food and everything.
We still ate. Like we like.
Hot Cheetos.
Now we want to go get pizza and shit, like stuff like that. But bro, I just went a funny moment. I was like, bro, we could have died in this fucking car, fucking freezing to death.
That's scary.
But now you have it.
Well, I'm glad you've made it.
Now you have it for the
You're a
bit.
survivor.
I'm thinking Hans is about to eat the homie and shit. Like, the homie's arm, like that one Family Guy
Like real,
episode.
Yeah.
Somebody eat his ass.
What is the show we just watched on HBO Max? The Last of Us.
Yeah,
That is.
yeah.
Where
The
they
Last
just
of
like
Us?
start
Oh.
eating. I know.
Oh man.
That's scary.
I mean, shit. Would you? You know, cats when you die, they'll start eating you. Like right away.
I've heard that.
Like your like as
Yeah.
a pet. Oh, this is why. I
But
hate
dogs will
cats.
take a couple of days or weeks or some shit like that.
Yeah, because they're loyal.
Yeah.
But they'll still eat you. After
Like
a
if they're
couple
starving,
weeks.
right?
Yeah.
Oh my.
But,
But
the cats,
cats
right
will
away.
eat you right away, as soon as you're dead.
So like if you, damn, this is horrible. But like if you like live alone and you die and you have a cat and like nobody finds you for like a month and the cat
Oh, there's
like ate
nothing.
you.
Un cadáver nomás.
That motherfucker will call his homies from the vecindario. Hey,
All the cats just come in.
Yeah.
Damn. Can you imagine?
God.
That's why I don't like cats, bro.
Yeah, the cats are a little scary. I don't know if you guys like cats.
Nah, my girl wanted that those naked cats.
Oh no.
Oh, my girl too. She wanted those naked cats. Oh,
Well, I think that's a girl thing. Every girl wants them.
Yeah.
I don't.
Cats give me
I
really
don't.
bad allergies.
Most. Some girls.
You gotta put like coconut oil on that cat every day because
Do
the
you
skin
really?
is dry.
What the fuck?
You gotta like there's a bunch
Oh,
of
no,
things to
thank
take
you.
care of that
Oh,
cat.
shit, I didn't know that.
But I get the cholo squinkles.
Oh.
Yeah, those are
see,
pretty.
I wouldn't get one.
I think those are
You see
pretty.
those?
Yeah, I love those.
They're cool. I just don't think I would have one.
Really?
I like petting my dog. I can't pet that
Look
dog.
like you're petting an old man from the back.
But
Your
they
sugar
are
daddy?
cool. Because like your friend that has one, like
Yeah.
she's really
Well,
cool.
she passed
Then she
away.
passed away. Huh?
Yeah.
Fuck. I said it and then I thought I was like, damn, I think she passed away. Rest in
Not my
peace.
friend, their dog.
Rest in peace,
Oh,
Chola.
yeah. I was like, oh fuck.
But she was cool. She was
Yeah.
a cool dog. But
Are
yeah, I
those
was
dogs
still kind of.
expensive? You guys know?
I think they're.
They got like recently
Yeah.
started like
Because of Coco,
going
huh?
into
Muy
it.
Coco.
I think
I
so.
think
They
so.
like gained popularity. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think before that, no one really gave a
Cared
fuck
for
about
them,
them.
yeah.
I
Unless
know-
you're in
I
like
know,
Mexico. 'Cause
I know
then-
those
Dia de la
dogs-
Muertes, right? Like
Yeah,
there's
it
a
was
story
like
about those
two-
dogs that like
yeah.
they kind of
Bro.
like the movie Coco. They help
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, yeah. Those dogs go way back, like in Aztecs, I think.
Yeah.
something like
Yeah.
that.
Well, like if you go to the pyramids in Mexico City,
Yeah.
they talk about that
Yeah.
a lot there. Or they roam around. Like there's a bunch of them.
That's
Yeah.
wild.
That's crazy.
And then they got that dog, and they made it. I don't know. They've mixed like two dogs. And that's when they got the Chihuahua. 'Cause
Wait, really?
Chihuahua goes way back. Too.
Oh, I didn't know that either.
No, I didn't know that.
I heard they used to sacrifice chihuahuas. No, it's true. No, it's true. It said that the Mayans sacrificed chihuahua. No, the Aztecs sacrificed
Probably.
chihuahua at first.
I'm gonna say my dog in front of this one. Trying to sacrifice him.
Maybe you Hondurans.
Fucking Honduran.
It's true. I heard that. At first, it was like the blood of the chihuahua was like a sacrifice to the gods, I guess.
Is that
And
why
then-
they're so
and then they
aggressive? Like they're like, "Fuck you! You're gonna sacrifice me."
Maybe,
yeah, and then they
bro.
started like having chihuahuas around because they kind of changed. I guess the next like emperor or whatever,
Yeah.
or the king or whatever, they kind of like no, let's not kill these chihuahuas. Like
Yeah.
they're cool.
I'm gonna fact check.
I
this
know.
gonna
after
say
No,
that.
I
that.
know. If you like Google, I don't know what year exactly, but the year of the Aztecs, maybe around that time, the Chihuahua, how it looked before, was like chubby. It was small.
Oh,
like
I've seen them.
and
Yeah, I've seen
panzón. It
those.
was like a little
Yeah.
panza on it, but
And now they're
tiny.
like super skinny.
And now they're just like skinny.
Except his.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, my
part
dog-
Boy,
Oh,
his
pitbull.
is like half pit bull.
I want to know how that happened.
Yeah, we gotta know
rape.
that story. Send it into
It's
Comadreando.
rape.
I'm sorry for using that word, but that's rape right there. But my dog, like my dog was the mom was a Chihuahua and the dad was a pit bull.
That I was gonna
dang.
ask that. I was like, how?
So
what?
I feel like the pit bull had her like lay on her back, and the Chihuahua had her lay on the back.
Your Chihuahua.
Damn, poor Chihuahua.
Your
bro.
Chihuahua got lent in the plug.
Yeah.
Damn, poor chihuahua.
Damn, I didn't think about that. My dog's a survivor.
Yeah, your dog is
Bro.
a survivor.
Damn,
And I got him for free.
Her
from
cervix
from
got
old
wrecked.
Cody.
That's
Bro,
messed up.
hell yeah.
That's messed up. Huh?
And then not only that, bro, she had the dog Chihuahua had like 6 puppies.
I didn't even know
Damn,
Chihuahuas can
I
have
didn't
that
know
many
they could have
puppies.
that many puppies.
Yeah. I mean,
God.
And were they like? Was he tiny when
let me look for a
That's
picture.
cute.
he had to have been like this
Yeah,
big?
like a baby
come out of a
baby.
Chihuahua.
His ears. Oh shit! I'm so sorry. I'm so
okay.
sorry, Jesus.
As soon as I've been hitting the
He's probably like
playing
editing.
tap with the.
Oh, you.
Nah, yeah. He was so tiny. He was cute. He's a cutie pie. Watch what is it?
Sorry, my bad. It's because we're dog. I think we're dog lovers.
We
all
are.
right.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
definitely dog.
I like if
lovers
you
here.
hate dogs, you're kind of
Except
evil
Jesus.
person.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Jesus hates dogs right now.
As soon as you're evil.
Yeah.
I think you're.
What the fuck?
It was because we were on our way to Ensenada like a few months ago.
Oh yeah, I have no
a stray dog just came across his car, and Jesus didn't see it.
Oh,
But dude, this thing took out his
bumper.
His bumper, but also the shit. What is it? The radiator.
Oh, dang.
The dog took out
what
the
kind
radiator.
of dog was it?
He doesn't even know. He just said it was a big ass dog.
Or a coyote?
No, so Pau and I.
That's what I said.
So that weekend we were all out there, and then Pau and I had to come back to San Diego, and Jesus stayed out there, and then we had to go back for Jesus to pick him up because his car wasn't going to be ready. So on our way back, I was like looking to see where the dog was to see if it was still out there, and that when we passed by, the thing was fucking huge.
Yeah,
it was like I don't even know what kind of dog it was.
Or like canine.
Yeah, I don't know. It was like
he was actually so cute.
yeah.
That's when he was a puppy. That was the first day I brought him.
Hey, he's pretty big.
Yeah. The ears.
The ears went up.
Hans has a mutant dog.
Bro, and I'm telling you, now he's buff.
That's not what I imagined him to look like when you said I have.
What's an animal you guys would like to have? That's illegal to have, but wish you had.
Like a tiger, a lion, like something along those lines.
Tiger.
A Black Panther.
A Black Panther, a jaguar. Oh, he is.
Yeah.
Damn.
I kind of want a hyena.
A hyena.
What the fuck?
Yeah. You seen the Africans?
Bro,
Yeah.
your laugh's
Hyenas
already
as a
annoying.
pet.
Imagine 2 annoying laughs.
Bro, hyena. That's just like, I think that's sick.
That's cool, I guess.
I've always
Lion, some Lion King style. I'll get the lion, you get the hyena.
Yeah, what'd you get?
I feel as 2 animals I would get. Those monkeys, you know the monkey, the small ones.
The
spider
okay.
monkey?
I think they're like like.
I've
this
always
big.
wanted a finger monkey.
Yeah, right. They're like
Yeah.
tiny. And then a Black Panther.
I am like,
A black.
Bro, there's some. I saw a
I don't,
TikTok
things are
video.
wait, hold
majestic,
on. I don't
bro.
think Black Panther exists. It's just Panther.
Okay, whatever you
Black
get me.
Panther.
You understood me. A fucking panther, right? A panther. I seen a TikTok clip where like some lady has one. I guess she found one. Like it was abandoned.
I saw it.
It was a little baby, and then it like you know
she raised
she
it.
raised them, and now it's
Yeah,
like plays
you've
with the
never
other
seen
dog.
it?
No, I don't
I
think
feel like it blew up for a while. Like the
Yeah.
article was all over the place.
Bro,
and
it's funny in
little
the
Black
video.
Panther.
The dog's running and the panther
Yeah.
just fucking jumps
Just
on the dog
bounces
like
on
he's
him?
about to
Oh, shit.
kill
It
it.
still has his like
like his
those
instincts. Yeah.
but it doesn't hurt him. Just plays with him.
Yeah.
Well, it's like that guy that fucks with the lions because he like
He
he
raises them. Yeah.
and like the lion will still pounce on him. Like he'll creep up, and it'll look like he's gonna pounce, but as soon as he turns around, he like gives him a hug.
What animal you like to have, Mario?
I for sure want a finger monkey, and I do want a lion. Like I just, but
The
like
finger
I want
monkeys you can have, no?
not in
No,
California.
Like
think
the
so.
main lion?
No, I want a white lion, like a white
albino
majestic
white
lion.
lion? Oh damn! Now you be picky.
But I would get
Hey, you asked any animal.
not the regular tie. I want the white.
And I
tie.
want to give it like a funny, not like a funny name, but like a human name.
Like
like Edgar.
Yeah. Like, hey, like you guys want to meet Rafael? And it's like,
Rafa.
and it's like y'all gonna think it's my homie, but no, I just pull up with a big ass white lion.
I feel like I would get a like I would get a giraph.
A giraffe. That's a
giraffe?
cool one.
Yeah,
Where the fuck
like-
would you put it though?
How would you
Johnny.
walk it?
Johnny, I don't know.
Up here.
What about a gorilla?
I'll
A
hold his
silverback
dick,
gorilla.
fool.
Yeah, that's kind of scary to
A
me. I
silverback
don't know.
gorilla, like you're just behind it, like
That shit will
smacking
beat
the
your
ass,
ass.
let's
That shit
go.
will beat your
And he's just like,
Yeah. Like when you see them at the zoo and they're just staring. Like I feel like they're staring into your soul.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
They're
And they're
human,
like-
80%. I heard.
You know what I'm more scared of? Because I feel like apes, if you bow down to them, they won't attack you. A gorilla or ape or whatever you want to call them. But I feel like the orangutans,
Oh, dude,
they're
the
smart.
orangutans
They'll
are wild.
fucking, they'll kill
Have you ever seen fuck, what is it called?
Planet of the Apes?
No, the Disney one with the little boy and
Oh yeah,
Mowgli. What is
Jungle
it?
Book?
Yeah,
Jungle,
Jungle
Book.
Book.
Yeah, like have you ever seen Jungle Book?
Yeah.
The orangutans are horrible. They're mean.
Man, they're crazy.
they're smart as fuck.
They are. Yeah, I really enjoy animals. I think they're really smart, but for sure, I think that's a lion or a tiger. Like some kind of
Something to protect
like
you.
I really like jaguars too. Or like a bear. Every time I see those videos of like the bears coming to the cabins and there's
did
like
you
the little baby bears. Like I wish I could just.
Did you see the one?
Can I
of
pet
the-
that dog?
Can I pet that dog?
Yeah, I pet that dog.
There's like the mom and the son. They were camping, and the bear's on top of the, and he's like eating all the food. But
Yeah.
the mom's like has his son like this, like
Yeah, I saw that. That video was crazy. I want to know who was recording that video because everybody else
The
is
dad?
just there. Probably.
no te muevas.
Para TikTok.
This man's on
And it
Facebook
did.
Live, bro.
It did go on TikTok.
Oh man.
But yeah.
But damn, I had like hella questions, bro. And
I mean,
My bad.
this is
We're
dope,
just
bro.
having fun.
We can still ask them.
This is what I really like.
flowed,
This is what I really like about podcasting is like you get to know a person. And one of the main reasons like I started the podcasting and started bringing a lot more guests in was because I feel like the bigger the podcast is, obviously the bigger the guests are. Mm-hmm. And we live in this constant state. I say this a lot, but we live in this constant state of comparison, especially when it comes to like Instagram and
social
media just in general, or the social media era. And I feel like because we're constantly comparing ourselves to like influencers, we kind of forget that these influencers are also people.
Yeah.
You know? And I kind of want to touch on that a little bit. I know we kind of like derailed a little bit. We're having a lot of fun, but you guys also, apart from Bueno Bueno, you guys also have you guys' goals and aspirations. Mm-hmm. And you guys are more than just Bueno Bueno. I feel like when people see you, you guys are just Bueno Bueno.
Yeah.
But, you know, I mean, Rexx, you're an aspiring DJ. Hans, you said that you wanted to get into like acting a lot more, and I know one of the Bueno Bueno podcasts, you guys talked about exploring different podcasts and different avenues and exposing yourselves more to just, you know, to other realms basically. But I want to touch a little bit more on your guys' like personal attributes and a little bit more of like your guys' personal aspirations, because I feel like you guys do talk about it a lot on your podcast, especially when it gets towards the end. You guys kind of get really personal and deep, and I really like that about your guys' podcast.
Yeah.
A lot of people do.
Yeah.
I feel like we just started it.
Yeah.
You guys did.
Yeah.
But it gives it a different tone.
Yeah.
And we've talked about a little bit like coming or being brought up in a very like traditional Hispanic household, and us being very untraditional in the way we're living our lives. Like, how has that affected you? Like, how has that affected your lives at home? Do you guys want to deep a little bit into that?
Yeah, I definitely think it's hard in this generation because our parents grew up different. You know, as a Latino, living in a Latino household, Mexican household. I definitely think my parents, I'm gonna speak for myself. They see me a little different. Mm-hmm. I'm not necessarily gonna say they see me as a disappointment, but they see it as like like, what are you doing? Mm-hmm. Like, you're 27 years old. Like, well, come on, what are you doing? And they don't understand, like, this is what I'm doing. This is what I finally love to do. Mm-hmm. Like me, I love to create. I want to inspire people to, I don't know, to like just in different ways. And I'm like, well, how can I do that? That's acting. Like, I want to be able to film something, a movie, and play as character and inspire the next person. Like, if this person's feeling sad, I want them to watch this movie and for them to understand, like, you're not alone, bro. Like, we all go through this, even if it's a movie. But I feel like that's the only way I can speak to people without having to feel awkward and shit. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So I feel like that's the reason why I've always wanted to do acting, because I want to express myself in ways that I never could. I like to pretend. I want to pretend to be somebody to inspire someone, if that makes any sense. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The homie's famous.
Yeah.
I was telling like, bro, he was in a Go Cake commercial when he was a kid.
Really?
So I was like, Kid Haas, like, you know, like.
So it was in you since you were little.
It's like it's like those friends like, I was a Gerber baby.
It was a Sears. It was a Sears. Nah, it was a Sears. Like my mom took me to acting school. I forgot what it was called, but it was in Norwalk or Norway. Was it called Norwalk or Norway?
Norwalk. Yeah.
In LA, and it was my first time ever. And then the acting coach, the teacher came, and then, can you do this paper? We just want to see where he's at. They filmed me, one take. That the teacher's like, the fuck? Like, like, lo ha puesto su hijo en clase de actuación antes? Mm-hmm. My mom's like, no, it's the first time. Like, what the fuck? Like, yo, like, he has something.
Naturally.
He has it in him.
He has it in him.
He was like Shia LaBeouf.
And they wanted to, my mom's like, they didn't want to take because we didn't have money. But the teacher's like, oh no, like we'll pay him the first 4 months, like, come back. But my dad's like, oh nah, it's too far, like this and that, I want to take you. So I was like, you know what I mean? But it was a Sears commercial.
Yeah.
It was in Spanish too.
Really?
Yeah. I forgot. I forgot.
I was about to ask you, like, do you remember?
I was probably, I was in elementary school. I want to say maybe between 10 and 12.
Okay.
So yeah, it was in Spanish. I know it was like, I forgot, bro. I can't even remember. Venga, no, departamento de ropa. Something like that. I don't know.
That's crazy.
That's cool. So did you So after that, like, did you continue doing some kind of acting anywhere, or did you kind of take a break?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like during that time, like I felt like my dreams were crushed. I was like, my dad doesn't believe in me, so I'm not gonna try. And it wasn't until maybe, like high school, like after high school, I started doing YouTube videos. I was like my ending senior year, so maybe 2016. I started doing YouTube videos, sketches, and I did that on my own with my homie Carlos, and then Carlos introduced me to Saul, and then from there, me and Saul started doing YouTube videos. And we did that for a few years. Saul was doing it way before me. And then from there, like, I was like, all right, like, I want to do the acting. Like, now I have my chance to build something. And then, I don't know, I just kind of stopped. Like, people around me were like, my parents really like, oh, like, that's cool and all, but that's not really, like, a big dream. Like, go to school, go to college, be an engineer, be this, be that. I'm like, I don't want to do that shit.
Like, just very traditional.
Yeah, and I took a stab into a trade school to be an electrician.
Just wasn't
for me, bro. It was not for me. Sure, the money would have been nice, but I was like, nah. And it wasn't until now we did the podcast, and I feel more inspired now because I see my friends doing stuff without.
Well, you're in like the creator.
Yeah, and like I finally feel at home. I feel comfortable.
Yeah.
You know, I got my boy who's talented at DJing. Saul, he's an entrepreneur. So I was like, you know what? Like I want to make not only myself proud, but I want to make my homies proud.
Yeah.
Because I know I got potential. Like I'm not even saying that to sound like that, but I know I have potential, and I know if I dedicate myself into perfecting my craft, into my acting, like I know I can be good at what I do.
Yeah.
And
yeah. Well, I feel like it just goes back to like I've said this in prior podcasts before, where I've become a very big manifester ever since Pau and I started dating. But there's also a second part to manifesting where it's like you got to put in the work.
Yeah.
Just because I want and the podcast is gonna blow up more than it is already. Mm-hmm. But that doesn't take away from the fact that I still got to put in the work week after week after week, and that I think that goes for any creative or any person that like is chasing their dreams. That could be, DJing, acting, podcasting, whatever it is. We're not even outside of the traditional, because even inside of like a normal quote unquote career, you still got to put in the work. Yeah. But it's hard sometimes when you come from a very traditional family and you're like, hey, I don't want to go to school anymore. Because it was really hard for my parents when I told them, hey, I want to drop out of nursing school and I want to be an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
And they're like, pero eso, my dad's had a business for almost like 30 years now, and he knows how much it like fluctuates. He's, there's going to be times where you don't have money, or there's going to be times where maybe you have to pay the employees and not pay yourself. Yeah. And I was like, do you really want that life? And I was like, I love it. I'm down. But it just takes a different type of person too to like want to go after a personal aspiration, because there's a lot more of a chance to fail when there's not that steady piece of income coming in month after month or bi-weekly or weekly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I also feel like you just can never let that fire die. You always have to be just like motivated and moving forward. And like, obviously we all have our days where we're just like, fuck this, or like, I don't want to do this anymore. This is really hard. But like 95% of the time that fire needs to be on, and you have to be going. Cause like, if not, then that's where the failure comes into play, because then you're just not putting in the work as hard, or not, like you said it right now, like you have the potential, so you have to continue believing that no matter what. Yeah.
And I think that's why I never continued when I was little, because I didn't have the support. And I feel like now I do. Like I have my friends.
You found your support system.
So I have like now people in my corner like, bro, do it. And I think that's one thing I would have regretted, is like me not, is I can't even call myself a quitter, because I haven't even tried. Yeah, and that's worse. You know what I mean? So it's like, fuck. Like now I'm trying. Now I'm looking into the acting school that I want to do.
That's cool.
And I start soon. So
that's awesome. Congrats.
Yeah. What about you, Rexx? Because I know. So a little background, bro. When I was in high school, I really wanted to produce music. Yeah. And to this day, like I love music, bro. Like even this past weekend we were out in the sand dunes, and I love seeing people have a good time.
And music does that for you.
Yeah, and I feed off of vibes, bro. I as a producer, or like anything creative, I feel like you have to feed off a vibe, because you kind of know, like even when I'm podcasting, you have guests coming over, you kind of just feel when it's like it's peaking, and you're like you plateau. You kind of feel that like the energy, vibe, right? Yeah, the vibe. And for me, like we went to Glamis this past weekend, and like I love music so much that I was DJing, well not DJing, but I was like DJing on Spotify.
He was the one queuing the songs.
And I'm either the designated content creator or I'm the designated DJ, or I'm both at the same time.
Yeah.
And it got to the point where like even the people in our campsite that didn't know me, they started just calling me DJ.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, Mario, who's Mario? And I was like, Mario. And they were like, oh, the DJ. And then like they found out I was his girlfriend. They're like, oh, the DJ's girlfriend. Yeah. Bro.
And when I was in high school, like I really wanted to produce my own music, and especially when I started getting into like EDM music and like that type of scene, I was like, this is such a vibe that you're able to control people. Yeah. It's kind of weird saying it, you know, but you really do. You're controlling the crowd.
Yeah.
You know, you're controlling their emotions and how they move and how they sway and how they feel. And then when I told my parents, like, hey, I want to be a DJ, like they thought I wanted to be like a quinceañera DJ.
I think that's what they automatically think.
Yeah.
And then at that point, like they're like, and I didn't feel that support. And because I didn't know how to communicate that I didn't want to be a quinceañera. No offense to quinceañera DJs, because that's an art in itself too.
Yeah.
But it's normally a side art.
Yeah.
Like, you know, so.
It's typically a side art when it comes to like our parents. And when I told them that, they're like, no. And so I didn't feel that support. So I kind of stopped. And you've been doing it for a minute, I feel like. Yeah.
I feel like I've been doing it. I've always loved music. You know, like Hans knows I used to like, you know, I used to do a little rapping, I guess. But it's just for the love of music. Yeah. I feel like I've always been really into music. I just never, like you said, never had support. Music to my family was kind of like, you're lucky to just be playing music. After that, I think all the years of raving, I always told myself like, I want to be an artist, not full DJ, but just like be an artist and learn it. I learned the craft, I learned the history of it, I learned every artist, and everyone knows me. Like I love to study music. Like if you name me an artist, I'll tell you his history, how he started, his bio, everything. People be like, damn, bro, you're so in tune with it. And I know a lot of genres, and I think that just built me into like, okay, I really want to learn the craft, not just DJ for a party, but actually learn the craft, the equipment, how to DJ, how to not DJ as like other people, and then create my own style. I think I've been doing it like 2017, like 16, like 17, 18. And I feel like I've created a craft, but it's funny because when I tell a lot of listeners like I'm a DJ, first thing they think is like quinceañera or reggaeton DJ or a little house party DJ. Yeah. But I'm more into like, you know, I'm a minimal, like the genre I play is minimal tech or deep tech. And kind of like, I'll say something, it's kind of like Pasa or Michael Bibi. Yeah. Or I don't know if you know those artists, but yeah, kind of like
I've heard
that.
Michael, yeah.
And that's kind of like my style, but mostly people don't really, I don't think they will ever understand until they see me on stage and DJ. And I think throughout the years, I finally felt comfortable. I finally look at my style, and that's literally my dream. And like I was telling Hans, next year I'm doing it full throttle, like full 100%. I'm quitting my career as a truck driver. Yeah. And I'm just following my dreams. And hopefully one day I will play for festivals and shows, and hopefully one day I go to Europe and live out my. You
will go to Europe. You got to start changing that. You got to start changing that. I'm gonna.
I will be in Europe.
I will be in Europe next year. With.
And that's one thing that's really like, it has been, at least for me, has been really hard to like put into practice, is putting that I will in front of everything. It's for me, it was always like, oh, there's a possibility, or hopefully I can do this. But it's like, as of maybe like this past year, I'm like, I am going to get there. I will be there, or I am already there.
But I think it comes from the way we were raised, that confident that our parents really didn't put in us. Yeah. Because our parents were always like, nah, we got to be safe. You can't say, oh, well, this and that. No, you like, bro, hopefully you do that. Yeah. Because it's not. Yeah. Your parents always put that like, no, you got to be secured. Are you sure? Don't jump if it's not going to work. And it's kind of like, nah, they didn't teach us how to take a risk too much. I feel like a lot of households teach their kids how to do a risk. Like,
sorry. I'm going to just play devil's advocate for a bit, because I totally see it, and I'm the same way. I'm actually less of a risk taker than anyone in this room, because I like security and I like knowing what's coming next. But like, I always think about it this way. Like, our parents sacrificed a lot, and they did a lot to get us here. And like, I do always say I want to leave the United States, but I am grateful to wake up every morning knowing that our country isn't at war. Like I can walk out of my house and, you know? So imagine being the parent of someone. Imagine being the parent, like always working, always making sure they have food on the table and a roof over people's heads. And then your kid is like, I'm going to quit my job and my stability because fuck it, you know?
Yeah.
Like imagine being on the other side. And I always think about that because it's like, I'm all for following your dreams, but like I kind of see why parents are more like, well, do you really want to take the risk?
I also tell my mom like, well, you brought me here to dream, right?
And that's
like,
true.
You brought me here to opportunities, and how are you gonna make me feel bad or I feel like I owe you something if you never look at me as a true man? You always look at me as a little boy because you feel like I owe you something.
Yeah.
And a lot of parents don't understand that. They will never see their kids as like them true selves.
Yeah.
They always feel like you owe me something. I brought you here, you owe me something.
Yeah.
So that's a little fine line of trauma of like parenting.
Yeah.
And a lot of parents need to understand, like, if you brought your kid here and he wants to do, let's just say, skateboarding.
Yeah.
That's what literally you brought him here for. Is to dream. Is to have the opportunity.
To have the opportunity to
but
do those things.
you know he can't not really skateboard back in your country because it's not that much opportunities. So I always look at that like, you know, what I want to do as a parent.
I completely agree with that. But I was just like, I also like see why the parent would be like, the fuck.
Yeah.
But I'm on your side 100%.
I think we're the generation now that we get to break that curse. Because I think
sure.
we're a second generation, and we're like, all right, well, so when we have kids, I'm going to let my kid do whatever the fuck he wants. Like, I want him to, yes, have a stability, but, like, I think you got to take risks.
Yeah.
And I think my biggest regret is not taking that risk.
Yeah.
Not taking that chance. It's like, I don't want to do the, what if? Like, what if I, you know what I mean? Like, I want to actually try. Even if I fucking fail, like, at least I tried.
Yeah.
Like, that's my biggest regret. I don't want to regret stuff. And I mean, dude, I quit my job, bro. Like, fucking, this is full time now. You know what I mean? So, shit,
you don't have a choice now.
Don't have a choice. I'm full sending it, bro.
And if you actually look at it deep, like, bro, our parents crossed and they took the risk.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't we take a risk on anything we want to do here? This is free game. It's free world. This is what the American dream is, right? Yeah. But we're not all here to just go to school, college, and then if some of us want to do that, okay. I mean, if not, like, they should be okay with it. Yeah. To understand that whatever we want to do, like, okay, it's fine. We're human. We could choose different careers, different, like, it's choice. It's called freedom, you know? Yeah. But if it's just more like, do this, do that, so I can know you're good, and then you kind of be proud of me, it's kind of like, there's a fine line of, like, you know, like, going back to what I said, it's like, parents always feel like you're ungrateful, and you feel like you owe them a lot, you know? Yeah. So
and it's hard, because I've dealt with that, like, imbalance, because my parents came here, and they were fleeing El Salvador because they were in, like, in the middle of civil war. Right. And then they came here for a better opportunity. And my dad hustled, bro. Like, my dad hustled. Like, a lot of our parents, you know, a lot of first gens or a lot of immigrant parents. I mean, they hustled to be to the point where they're at. And, like, I struggled a little. My family struggled a little bit when I was younger. But, you know, thanks to, like, my dad's blessings and his hard work and my parents, you know, they were able to provide a life where nunca me faltó nada. You know, whether if it was, like, very minimal, like, whether we ate rice and beans at night, I mean, Nunca me faltó un plato de comida. I always had a roof over my head, and I always had dry clothes on my back. Yeah. And I'm super grateful for that. And then, you know, when I started Vive con Huevos and we closed the business, and I told my dad that it was going to be a podcast, and he came out and he was like, ¿Y eso te paga? You know? And, like, I had to have a conversation with him one day, and I was like, no eches de menos mis sueños. Because you came here with the dream, and you made it out. No one guided you. No one told you what to do. No one gave you a handbook and was like, hey, follow this. This is how you make it. You did this shit on your own. And I'm grateful that, like, my dad has that business mindset and he instilled that in me. Yeah. But as, you know, first and second generations, like Han said, you know, I'm trying to break that curse, whereas, like, I'm trying to show you also that, like, I can make it in this life without having a fucking degree. Yeah. And now is the time to fucking do it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I definitely think that's like 100% true, bro. Because it's like, damn, I mean, from the day we're born, okay, let's say right now, we have at least 40 years, 50 years left of our life to live. I hope more, but, you know? So why not make something of it, bro? Why am I gonna be stuck in the matrix of people say like, you know, and working? Nothing wrong with 9 to 5. I worked warehouse jobs my whole life. I've done different jobs. Like, why work for somebody else when you can work for yourself?
Yeah.
Spend those 8 hours working for. You'll spend 8 hours plus working for a boss when you can do that for yourself. Yeah. 8 hours a day.
Like, why not put in the work for yourself and be happy?
I always see it like this. You're only with your parents half of your life.
Yeah.
That other half, you're not gonna see them, and after they pass, you're not gonna see them. You're not gonna be with them. So I do see a lot of people that have good careers, and they do exactly what their parents say because, like I said, they're first generation. A lot of them cross all over from the world to the U.S. and be like, well, you're gonna be a nurse because that's what we do, or you're gonna be this, you're gonna be that. You have to be that, and they do everything that their parents tell them. But at the end of the day,
they're not happy.
They're not happy inside. I've seen some doctors, bro. I've seen some nurses are actually like, oh, what do you like to do? Well, I'm an artist. Or I like to do music. I do that after work. Oh, I met a nurse, bro, that he was like a nurse, but every time he'll be at work, he used to pop lock, like he used to dance. And I'm like, bro, you like dancing?
A Jabberwocky?
Like, yeah. And he's like, yeah, bro, I always wanted to be a dancer, but my parents never let me. And I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's
like imagine like
and it's funny. It's funny that you said nursing because like I was in nursing, and the day that I especially my mom was the one that was like, you have to go to school, you have to go to school. My dad was like, you have to go to school, but you know,
I feel like your dad has always pretty much like supported your
but he also sees like the mindset behind it because like, well, he's had a business, so I mean that punto parte. But like my mom was always the one that's like, I need you to go to school, like I need you to go to like either be in medical school, I need you to be a doctor or whatever it is. And when I told her that, hey, I'm dropping out, dude, I have never seen my mom so disappointed in my life. Yeah. But at the same time, it's what you like, kind of what you said, Rex. I told her, I was like, I'm unhappy. You know, I'm working and I'm studying. I'm putting in like 18, 19 hours a day. Damn. I'm doing my residency. I'm putting in time in books. And I have no time for myself, and ultimately for what? You know, I see all these doctors and I see all these nurses, and they're just so fucking unhappy and they're tired, and that's why half of them are fucking assholes because they just don't have time for themselves or their family,
or corrupt.
or corrupt too.
They don't even take care of the patients because they're so.
And I left nursing for like a lot of reasons. Like that's gonna be a whole podcast in itself. Of why I left nursing. But ultimately, like I just wasn't happy with the way my life was going, and I told my mom, it's like, hey. Going back to what Rex was saying is like, one day you're not going to be here and I'm going to be stuck with the decisions that I made while you were here. Like, no offense to you. I love you and you're always going to be my mom. But at the end of the day, it's like, when you're gone, then what? Then I'm going to be unhappy in a career that you kind of chose for me. Yeah. You know? Like,
no, yeah.
And then when I was in nursing, like I spent like a lot of your early time in nursing, you spend either as a CNA or as an LVN, and you spend a lot of time in homes. And when I was in homes and I was taking care of the elderly, like a lot of what I do, I'm like going back to like why I started a podcast, is I love to get to know people. Yeah. And there was just so much regret inside of an elderly home. When I would get to know them and I would talk to them, I was like, oh, like what did you guys like doing? What, you know, just getting advice from them, you know, like their knowledge and stuff like that. And there was just so much regret. I was like, I wish I could have done this. You know, I was a lawyer, but I really wanted to be a dancer, or like I really wanted to be a pianist, or you know, some sort of artist, or some sort of way to express themselves. But like that was a different generation back then, where you had to have a degree in order to be successful.
That's what I was gonna say. I feel like now in this generation, there's way more opportunity than there was before too. You know, so like we're blessed to have all the opportunities that are out there, and like I'm losing the word right now, but like the different I lost the word,
like aspects of
like the different like sources of media in a sense, like you know, like if you want to do content creation, like you know, you have social media and like TikTok outlets. And the different outlets, that was the word, the different outlets, whereas like before, like they really didn't. So I feel like we did kind of hit a point in our generation where it's like, wait, we don't have to regret it because we do have these opportunities that maybe our parents didn't, or like the elderly people in the home didn't, because in order for them to be like to put food on their table, they had to do that, you know?
Yeah. I've always said like Saul gave us the blueprint. Here it is, blueprint. You know, he gave us the start. And that's why I want to take advantage of that. use that. And I mean, the podcast is great, and it's we're barely been a year.
Yeah.
And we've grown so much in a year, and we're gonna continue growing.
Yeah.
But I also want to do my thing, which is
Mm-hmm.
acting. You know, I want to use my platform and do acting now.
Yeah.
I wanna-
And it also opens like a lot of different avenues. Because I'm
Oh.
pretty sure like in this past year or even beyond the past year, because I mean, you guys have been part of the network since, I'm imagining since I would have started. But I imagine that also opened a lot of doors for you guys too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's up to you guys whether or not you want to enter that door, but I mean that the doors have been open, I'm
opportunities are
assuming, you
there.
know?
That's
Voy a ser
things
modelo.
told us, right?
Before you know, it's gonna be IE and acting.
Yeah. Damn.
Come out on
Don't
Vogue.
give them more ideas.
Bro, that's the thing Saul
Yeah.
told us. He's like, bro, take advantage of this because
Yeah.
I want everyone to do whatever you guys like your dream. I'm giving you guys like everything.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't want to. You just not everything lasts for a long time. The good things don't last for a long time.
Yeah.
You just never know. We might fall. Network might go down. You just never know what happens. So I was like, bro, you gotta take advantage of what we got
Right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
right now.
That's
Because
true.
if you don't, bro, there's nothing I could do.
Yeah.
Like if I take off and I become like multi-million-dollar deal, I'm sorry, bro. Like that's
That's what he's got to do.
yeah.
Yeah.
And we gotta understand, like, bro, that's like, come on, where we didn't take
Yeah.
advantage of that.
Yep.
We can't be on his back like Yoda the whole time. Just like, come on, bro, like, come on. Nah, that would be so selfish of us. So that's why I was telling Hans, like, bro, you got a lot of things you could fall back on, so take the position. And me, like I said, I mean, I'm retiring. I've been doing trucking 7 years. This is a dream that my dad had for me. I don't live with them. I have my own life, so I'm like, I'm done. I'm retiring, and I'm doing the podcast and the DJing like full time.
Yeah.
And I know I've been making money. Like, with God bless me, I've been making good money, but I know I can make more. I've been always giving the DJ like 25%, 50%, because I also have my.
Okay,
Yeah,
you have
you're
other
95,
things, yeah.
I'm married, but
Yeah.
I'm finally like, I'm so excited and happy to struggle. I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna
Yeah.
struggle, but I'm so happy for that journey because I'm like, I'm finally gonna be free
Yeah.
Yeah.
of not trucking anymore.
So
I'm finally gonna like do what I love.
yeah.
But I know I got it. Like I know I can make some good money on the weekends, gigs, left, right, and I know I could like.
You just know you're gonna have to hustle for a few years,
Yeah.
but it's okay.
But I'm excited
You're
for
ready
that
for
hustle.
that, yeah.
I'm excited for the grind. I'm just excited for everything. It was the first time I ever felt like that because I've always felt like, you know, like I owe my parents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
So
You paid your dues.
So it's
I think I did.
yeah, it's funny because like Bao and I were on total opposites of the end of the stick on this. So it's like for me, like I'm big on entrepreneurship. I'm big on like if you dream it, fucking do it. What's stopping you? You know, they shouldn't fucking stop you.
Yeah.
And Bao's more of like, oh, we need security, we got bills to pay and shit like that, which I completely understand. But I think you hit it right on the nail when you said it was like I'm ready to struggle, because not that I've struggled, but it's like when I had my business, I was struggling sometimes, but I was struggling for myself. I was struggling for something that I believed in, that I wanted to struggle in. And now we closed the business and I've been kind of like job hopping and just kind of finding my way.
Yeah.
And bro, I've had like maybe 3 or 4 jobs this past year. But
But this is the thing you got to put in your head.
But-
If you ask any millionaire,
Yeah.
what's the beauty of it? They always say the struggle.
yeah,
The beginning of it. He's like, enjoy and look around.
Mm-hmm.
Enjoy that moment because that's the most beautiful part of this whole journey.
Yeah. And see, that's the thing. Like, I am on, again, I said it earlier, like, I do like security. Like, I like to know what's coming next. But I'm not against the entrepreneurship. I actually admire it a lot. And I wish I had a little bit more in me. But, like, you said it right now. Like, you know you're going to have to struggle and you know you're going to have to put in the work. And you might be working 7 days a week, long hours, you know? And that's the thing. I guess that's where like my fight is like, if I know that you're going to do that, then cool. Because the bills are going to be paid, whatever, you know? But like, I need to know you're going to do the 7 days a thing because like I'm putting in the work. So then other people have to, you know?
Yeah.
So again,
It's
like you said it the right way. It's just like, you know, you're going to struggle, but you're still going to make it. Like you're going to make ends meet at the end of the month or whatever.
My wife says the same thing. But I told her, I was like, I got to do this. Because if I don't do this, I will not be happy with myself. And I don't think I'll be happy with you in the long run because I'll just like be so depressed and dig myself in hole. And I told her, like, I could go and just stay here and give you whatever, but I'm not fulfilled inside. If I'm not fulfilled,
I
I'm
was
not
actually going to
fulfilled.
ask you how, like what she thought or how she felt.
whole
No,
Older
she
Semen.
supported me. She's like, if you don't do this, I will look at you different. She told me that. And I was like, no, I'm doing it. She's like, yeah, go ahead. Like, I don't want you to be sad with or without me. Like, I want you to be happy with yourself. Like, so she's full throttle with this. She's like, I don't even care. Let's do it. Yeah. You know, and my girl, like, she has a good job, good career and everything. And it's kind of judgmental to me because I'm the man of the house and I got to take it. But it's just like, it's a fine line of like, damn, bro, you're this age and you're finally going to do it. But it's kind of like, nah, this is what I always want.
No, it doesn't matter.
But it's just, I think it's like invisible timelines that we construct for ourselves that we shouldn't, that ultimately shouldn't be there. I mean, there's millionaires that make it at like 60, 70 years old, you know, but they've struggled their entire lives. And then having a partner like that is huge. It's big. Actually, I was going to ask you guys about that because I mean, you both in relationships. I know Hans a little bit more low key about it, but it's really important. And like part of the reason, or probably the majority of the reason of why I fell in love with Pau was like in the beginning when we first started dating, I was balls deep into my business. Dude, I was working Monday through Sunday, open to close, every fucking day. Our dates for maybe like the first half of our first year were
at the business.
We're at the business. Like she would go work there. So luckily Pau works in social media marketing. So a lot of her jobs is remote. Her job is remote. So she would go work at my business. I would spend time with her, you know, sometimes when I had like downtime. And then I would close, you know, 8, 9 p.m. or sometimes even longer, especially during the summer because it was an acai bowl place. So in the summer, I would stay open longer. And then we would go back home. I would shower. I would pop on a movie. I would sleep. And then I would wake up right at the end. And then Pau was still like watching the movie, like just, you know. And then that's when I knew. And I was like, wow, like
she's the one.
She's in it. You know, because not everybody's in and they're down for that, you know, and it's a really hard position to be in, and it's a really hard position to put somebody in.
Yeah, I definitely think you have to have a good support system in your in your life, and I'm grateful for that too. I mean, it's been rough, it's been patchy, it's not always been easy. Yeah, you know, finding someone, but I mean, I'm thankful now that found someone and they're supportive, you know what I mean? So, I mean, shit, she created the new merch coming out. Yeah. The design of
it's dope, yeah.
So I'm like, okay, she gets it, she supports me, and even if I struggle right now, like, she's all there, you know? So I think that's important, very important.
I was telling Hans last time the crazy advice I've seen on TikTok. You know, TikTok be hitting you sometimes. Yeah. I think like Nipsey Hussle said from a book, he said, would he rather be in war with yourself? No, in peace with the world.
Oh yeah.
And at war with yourself, or peace
yourself, or
peace with the world. Peace with yourself and at war with the world.
Yeah, I've seen that too.
So you gotta look into that and be like, nah, that's it. Like I could live comfortably, but come on, bro. Like you're not happy inside.
Well, comfort is your worst enemy.
Yeah.
Yep. It'll be the end of you.
Yeah. And back there, kind of like what I was saying is like, dude, this past year I've held like 3 or 4 jobs because like ultimately, like I've had to have like a deeper conversation with myself of why I keep having different jobs or why I keep leaving them. But I think ultimately it's like I've been so used and so accustomed to a certain type of lifestyle that now when I have somebody telling me what to do, when to do it, when to clock in, you got to do this, something like this. Right now, I don't want to talk a lot of shit because like I don't know if they listen to this, but you know, in my current job, I hold a managerial position, but like my boss sometimes doesn't listen to me. And
or doesn't give him like the place.
Yeah, or no me da mi puesto, no me da mi lugar. When I know I'm supposed to have it, and I'm just kind of like, why am I working for you?
Yeah.
You know, American. And I'm just like so unhappy, you know. And it's like, dude, like I could. When I was struggling, and like at least like you said, at least I was struggling for myself, and I was happy with it.
Yeah.
Versus now I'm struggling for somebody else, and I fucking hate my life. Well, I don't hate my life.
I was like, well, that's a little deep.
You know,
it's like we gotta have a conversation, guys. I'm sorry.
Turn the cameras off.
Nah, I feel you, bro. As this fool, this year, I've been through 3-4 jobs, good jobs.
Yeah.
It's a good job.
I was doing powder coating for a mechanic place. I worked at Tesla. And then I just left Coke.
Yeah.
Coca-Cola.
Wow.
So, and then people are like, damn, bro, like Tesla, Coke, what the fuck?
You left the 401k?
Yeah, but it's like, bro, I'm never happy. And my friends sometimes make fun of me, like, bro, you can't keep a fucking job. I'm like, and I told myself, like, Yeah, I know. I know why.
He gets bullied for it
Yeah,
too.
I get bullied from our friend group, bro. Because we're 30 too. It's like all of our friends are having kids. They're getting married. I like jokingly around. I'm like, so when are y'all hiring? And they're like, no, tú tienes mala fama. You're blacklisted, bro.
Yes, and like they don't know, but I know why. Like I'm not happy in those jobs, bro. I was making a lot of money at Tesla. Like I could have been a fucking engineer by now at Tesla, to be honest. But
yeah, you could have.
Nah, like, bro, for what? Like, I'm gonna be making this money and I'm not gonna be happy. Like, I'm 100% now full-time podcast and I'm happy. I mean, I'm not gonna say how much I get paid, but, you know, I'm
paid,
happy.
yeah.
I'm getting paid. I'm getting, you know, cool money. It's cool. It's cool. But yeah, bro, I'm happy. I'm finally happy, and I'm gonna be even more happy as soon as I start acting too.
Yeah.
So that's just step by step, poco a poco.
Yeah.
That's what it is. And that's what I tell him all the time too. It's like, I understand why he's had so many jobs this year. And like, I support it. And it's like, every time he moves a job, he gets more money. So I'm like, well, there's more money coming in. So whatever, right? As long as it's more money and not less.
But Mario, always remember, like, some people, when they make it, they forget. And that's the rule that God gives you. Like, no, once you make it, you gotta learn how to be grateful and be humble. If you do that, God will take that away from you.
Yeah.
So when you make it, you gotta give her, that like,
Gotta give her that ring.
Like give her everything,
give her another
ring,
Frenchie,
but much more than what she thinks she wants from you. You get what I'm saying? You gotta like just come with an AMG Mercedes, you know, like.
And I want that Urus. I don't know.
So I think that's why I beat myself up sometimes, because it's like I know my potential. I know what I could be doing, and obviously, I mean, we have a house, we have a responsibility. So sometimes, like, there's that part of me where it's like, fuck, we do have responsibilities.
The dog,
yeah, the dog.
She's
Dog's gotta eat, bro.
Dog needs the shots.
She's not cheap.
But then there's also that like part of me where it's like, I know if I quit my job and let's say I go full-time podcasting and I put all my fucking effort into it, my ego sometimes doesn't let me do it, because it's like, now I can't provide maybe the small things that I'm already providing for you. And when am I gonna get to that next step where I can give you that and some, you know? Can I reach it? Yeah, 100%. And I believe in myself and I know I can do it.
Yeah.
But it's that little moment of insecurity and doubt that I'm like, where I'm like, am I lacking the skills of a man? And I start doubting myself.
Your
you know?
biggest enemy is yourself, bro.
Yeah.
No, and let me add something to that, bro. It's crazy that you say that, because I think all men think alike. Because even me, like, I'm in a relationship, but I'm like, damn, I feel like less of a man, or I feel not man enough because I quit my job, and I can't like offer my girlfriend more. Yeah. But it's like, it's a process, and that's why I told you, you gotta trust me. I know what I'm doing. I may seem like I don't, because I'm quitting fucking over here my jobs and shit, but like, nah, trust me, like, we're gonna make money. Yeah. And I say we, because we're a team. Like, we making money. Trust me, like.
Yeah. And we are a team. You know, I always say, like, Vive con Huevos, like, people come to Vive con Huevos for us, but they stay for Comadre Pau. You know? It's just, it is what it is.
That's my favorite part.
Yeah. It's everybody. It's my favorite part. If you see all of our clips, it's none of us and Jesus. It's all comadreando. But we're a team, you know? But it's always that, like, part of me. And kind of like you said, like, there was a point where when I closed the business, I wasn't working. I was on unemployment. I also had a surgery, so I really couldn't work. Damn. And the money wasn't really rolling in the way it was. Yeah. And I fell like into a depression at that point, because I was like, I'm not providing for my girl. I'm not doing anything for myself. I'm basically a couch potato because I really can't do anything. So I got the gastric bypass, so I really couldn't do anything with my abdomen. Right? Yeah. So I was like, did I lose myself as a man? You know, and that's when it like really hit me, and I was like, what the fuck are you doing? And it's hard, you know, and then you know, there was times where Pau had to cover the rent, and I was like, that's when it really hit me, and I was like, fuck, what the fuck is going on? Yeah. And so, because I went from a life where I was like, fuck yeah, let's go out 7 days a week, to we can't go out this month. You know.
Right now, I feel you, bro. I definitely think that's one thing as a man. Like, when you have a partner, you have to understand, like, even if you quit your job and do this full, like, 100%, it's a risk you're making too with your partner, because you don't know if your partner's gonna be with you or she might lose interest in you because of that. And I think when you're single or like by yourself, you can take those risks as
you can
100
fall
times.
back.
It don't matter because shit, I can eat frijoles and bolillo
All
every
day,
day,
yeah.
Monday through Friday. Like I don't care, I'll do that shit every day. But when you have a partner, it's different. Like you gotta start thinking a little different. But that's where, you gotta realize like I think that's when you realize like, okay, this partner is she's down for me.
Yeah.
Or she or he's down for me.
I could say as a man, you always want more. You never appreciate what you have, what's yours. And I always say that, think about that. Go do whatever you want, but don't forget what you have aside next to you, not behind you, like next to you as your girl. And try to like do your journey, but also try to give her appreciation. Like, bro, I'm thinking about this, but I'm also thinking about you. Like, don't worry. Like,
they're about to put this podcast on with their girls. Like, just this part, trying to get some kudo points over here. Let's fast forward.
Fast forward to 40 minutes.
That's what I would say, bro. So, appreciate your girl moments because shit's rough out here, bro. And you're not the only one. Like, I'll tell my experience on one time, truck driving is always up and down. There was a moment where I didn't work for 2 months. Not because I didn't want to work. It's just, bro, nobody was working. Like, my dad wasn't working. Friend's dad wasn't working. My homie wasn't. Like, the job literally went down. The market, everything went down. Diesel went up. Like, there was no loads, no work. Yeah. And I was like, what the fuck? And my girl really held me on that last month. And mind you, I'm the man that just takes care of everything. But it's that moment everyone saw me a less because it's like I wasn't working. But it was voices coming out of like, my girls, like people to her telling me like, oh, he's not working. He's like, and that shit brought me a deep depression because I lost how many pounds? Like 14 pounds?
Yeah.
Just because of that, because I felt less than the man. And that shit just sparked something in my head of like, I'm done with this. I'm not going to be in a career where it's going to go up and down whenever there's politics or the business, how it runs. Like, I'm done. So I'm only going to run it, and then I'm going to go follow me because I'm in a hard situation. Yeah. But I really looked at my girl as like, yeah, bro, thank you. Thank you for all the things you did. Thank you for paying the rent for that money.
And there are times like randomly, there's like, it'll be like midnight and me or Pau are like watching TikToks, or it's always that one point in the night where you're like, you're about to go to sleep, and I like turn around and I was like, hey, thank you for holding it down this month. Yeah. Or sometimes I do forget to say thank you, but it's not that I don't appreciate it. It's just like,
you got a million things in your head.
Yeah. Cause my mind's going, like you said, a million things in my head is like, what's going to happen next? What do I do next? How do I get the next paycheck? And, there's been times where she holds it down and it's like, I really just got to, stop and say thank you. Yeah. And there has been times where like, dude, we're in bed and I'm fucking crying. It's like, dude, thank you so much for getting fucking groceries this week. Yeah.
You're human, bro. Yeah. Like, that's the best thing, just putting the ego aside and standing next to your girl and just like this is how I feel right now, but we're literally, I'm working towards it. Yeah. And it's never just tell her like, I'm trying. It's like, no, I'm doing it.
Yeah. And the biggest thing is too, is like, she sees that I'm putting in the work. Yeah. I'm not just here, just, chilling and playing video games or just on YouTube or on TikTok, just scrolling, like she sees me working, there's maybe before we went on this last vacation, for like 4 months straight, I was working Monday through Sunday. I was doing my 9 to 5 Monday to Friday, and then Saturday, Sunday, I was working with my dad. And right before vacation, dude, I was fucking exhausted. Right, that week right before, I was like, I can't no more. It's like I just want it to be next week so I can go on vacation and just not worry about anything. So I know she sees that, and she sees that I'm putting in the work, and she does too. I mean, she has like fucking 10 jobs. Damn.
I have 2, but
well, 2 and then the podcast. But
yeah, this counts as a job. I don't get paid, but
but yeah, no, it's hard.
What is it? Community service.
Yeah.
Internship.
Yeah, internship. Internship.
Never thought I'd go back to interning.
It's always tells us, bro, consistency.
Yeah.
Like hopefully you guys grow on this. Any question you guys have, hit up Saul. I was about to say hit us up. Yeah. Hit up Saul. Like Saul's always down. And,
and he has. I mean, like I said in the beginning, like there's been times where like I hit him up. Like I know he's a busy ass man.
Nah, hit him up. But text me. Be like, hey, what does Saul do? I'll tell you. Like,
he ain't doing shit right now.
So, he just swiped up your message.
Yeah, but there are times because I mean I feel really grateful. Like all of you answer my DMs. Yeah. But I am really grateful because like Saul has a lot on his plate that he actually takes the time out of his day. I'm like, hey, bro, like. It just so happened like maybe like 2-3 months ago, and I was like, hey, I just need to like I need a vent, and I also need your advice. And he's like, call me.
Yeah, you see, it's bro.
Yeah.
I was like that, bro.
Yeah, he's always willing to help someone, and he's always told us, like, I mean, because before, like, when we were first starting, I was like, I don't want to go on people's podcasts. Like, it's not because it's not an ego thing. It was just more like I don't like to network. Like, I just want to keep to myself. And it's always been like that for me. And so I was like, yeah, but people are gonna see it as an ego thing.
Yeah,
you gotta understand. And I'm like, you gotta build friendships. And I've always kept my circle small. Yeah. And I was like, you know what? Like, so I was right. Let me. Yeah, I am kind of shy, bro. To be honest.
Shy.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, we've been networking.
it's just
Been networking. I am shy, bro. It's weird sometimes.
Sometimes
When I get nervous.
I can kind of be the same way.
Yeah.
But it's kind of the same thing too. Is like I knew starting this that I knew I had to network because I knew
It's all about networking.
Yeah,
all about networking.
Yeah, I knew that. I mean, there's local podcasters or other podcasters that I know. I mean, really can't say any names that been doing this for a really long time, and you see their numbers and you're like, how have you been doing this for like 2-3 years? You know.
Yeah.
And it's like, and then
the work is. There's also work you have to put in outside of just recording.
And then it's like you listen to their content and it's like kind of like, oh, well, now I kind of see why. You know, they're either talking shit about other podcasters or just other outlets. And it's kind of like, well, that's why no one wants to invite you.
I think everyone's journey, that for those podcasts that are good, and it's been like 2 years and they still haven't really grown. I think just everyone's journey is different. Some people's journey, they get fucking, I don't know, like the word cloud popping, I don't know, within a year. And then others, it takes 3 years or 4 or 5, you know what I mean? So it just depends. Everyone's struggle is different.
Yeah. We're all on different paths too.
And it's just like that consistency that Rexx said too. Like you can pop off and you can have a video like, you know, like I said, that gives you those 1 million views or 100,000s of views. But what are you gonna do with that? You know, you got to keep on going. Just because you got that one view that, you know, that popped you off and gave you like a few hundred followers doesn't mean that you got to stop, bro. That means you got to keep on going.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
You know,
And never be scared to change.
Yeah.
Your style. Cause I'll give an example, like the Clown Boys. Before last year when they came, they were just at a couple thousand followers. And they even told Saul, watch, next time we come, we're going to be on top. And he's like, hell yeah. And then these guys started like, they were just doing like just straight conversations. Then they started doing like scary stories or, you know, stuff like start talking about like events that, you know, people got killed or, you know, this and that.
Yeah,
and now these guys are literally about to hit 1 million on TikTok.
Yeah.
Wow.
They're at how much? They're higher than
800 million. I mean, 800,000.
800,000 on
like
Instagram.
Yeah.
And it's like all in 1 year.
That's crazy.
We were just talking about that actually.
We just had that conversation. Well, I was talking to Pau and I was like, you know, we've been doing it. We've structured it. Well, at first it was just me. Then it was me and Jesus. Then we brought on Pau. Then when Papa got on, I was like, you know, I had this idea for comadreando. And then we kind of just structured it these past few episodes like that. And we just had a conversation like a few weeks ago. And I was like, I feel like it's time for a change. Like for me, it's getting dull. Yeah. Like now we've plateaued. Yeah. And it's like, now we got to change it up. We got to look for different outlets. We got to look for different things. Just because like you said, like people get tired of the same old, like, and like how Pau said it, I don't know if she said it on the pod or off mic. It's like, there's only so much that we can talk about. You know, there's only so much that we can catch up on. Like I see her every day. Yeah. I see Jesus every week. You know, it's like between Wednesday and next Wednesday, like how much did we actually do? You know, so.
Yeah, I think definitely. You guys post what, every Tuesday?
Yeah.
And what time?
In the morning. So it drops like 6 in the morning.
Okay, see, that's good. We drop like what, 8? Tuesdays at 8. What about TikTok clips and Instagram? What times do you drop it?
Instagram depends. Like during the week, it's probably like after I get off of work. Because that's, I feel like my...
Sometimes you do morning.
Yeah,
though.
sometimes I do morning. I feel like our demographic is like people 25 to like 40. So I feel like you're working in the morning. So if I post it in the morning...
Oh, yeah, you're right.
You're like, oh, you're going to see it, or you might not see it. You might be in traffic, or you might be at work. So I post it like maybe 5, 6.
Yeah, I was going to say you should do, because that's the time we post. And every time we post at 5 p.m. on whether it's TikTok or Instagram, you get good engagement.
Yeah.
I think that's a very good time to post. Also, like the whole comadreando thing is a good idea, bro. Like it's a very good idea because, like you said, sometimes you guys don't have enough things to talk about. So why not involve fans.
Yeah.
And people love being included, you know?
So,
like,
yeah.
Well, I mean, that's a big part of Bueno Bueno is the fans. You know, the majority, big part of the
Shout out
beginning
to y'all.
is,
You know I love you guys.
is the fans. And then I like how you guys now incorporated like the end where it gets a little bit more personal.
yeah.
Because also, the people that follow you, like, they want to know a little bit more about you. How you think, what triggers you, what makes you happy, stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's what I like to listen to the most too. But like I am also as a listener, like I get bored quick, you know.
Yeah.
So if I'm listening to the same same thing, different day for too long, I'm like,
Yeah, I think that's
I'll
one
fall
thing
off.
that people like because I think 90% of the podcast we're just all jokes.
Yeah.
yeah,
Bro,
And that what?
we're fucking around so much in the beginning because I was just trying to show like, bro, this is me. Like, I'm your homie.
Yeah.
So a lot of people's like, bro, I relate to Hans. Hans is like my other homie, and then Rexx is like my other homie.
Yeah.
And what? Like, this guy's fucking Honduran. This is not just a Mexican pod. Like, what? Wait, hold up. What the
Yeah.
fuck?
Yeah.
What is this guy? Who is this guy?
Yeah.
And that's why I started doing segment like Atracho slang.
Yeah,
started
I did
doing,
see that. Yeah.
Like we
You bring
brought
that
people
back.
into our whole like, you know, like
Yeah.
border patrols, like the whole like. The whole country,
we
you
do
know?
this. Well, you guys see the show, but we do for those of you that don't really know us like that. We on our podcast we do this southern accent where we're
But it's like more border.
we're
border
racist to our people.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like Latinos in general.
Yeah.
And then like the people that watch it, they get it. They think it's funny. But I've had someone tell me like, bro, that's racist. I'm like, bro, no, we're Mexican, bro. Like we don't talk about other races, just like
About
ourselves,
our
yeah.
Latinos in general. But yeah, I mean, it's done it for now, and I think it's funny, bro. Like how I said, 90% jokes and 10% like we get serious. And I've noticed when we get serious, like they like it. Like, oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, because we messed around. I think I started saying like I started being serious to ask these guys questions because Saul's really private.
Yeah.
Like Saul, if you tell him how'd you feel yesterday, he won't even tell you. Like he's gonna be like, oh, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, I know I could get Hans because my sister hit me with she kind of hit me with a little jab of like, you guys are kind of immature. And I'm like, I understand. Like, you're 30. Like, you know, like, you're older than us. But
if you're
like,
30, you're old.
yeah, because my sister's old. So I'm like, okay, like, I'm not in yo. But I was like, you got to understand, like, people like us. Yeah, but you guys like, mess around. You guys, like, a little sus and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, all right, watch. In my head, something clicked. I'm like, all right, you want me to get deep? I'll get deep. And that's when I hit these guys was, hey, what do you guys think about your life and your future? And then Hans started going out, and I'm like, I got him. And then I seen fans, and the fans hit me up, like, bro, I love how you talked about your life, your future. And then my girl told Hans, like, Hans, I like the way you're talking about yourself and your future, your attributes in life and all that. And I'm like, okay, fuck it, let's run a couple more episodes, but let's not be too serious.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you guys heard, Saul hasn't really been too deep, but I'm still trying to get him.
Yeah,
Like,
you're gonna crack
You'll
him.
get
I'm
him.
a
You'll crack him.
Yeah, you're gonna crack him eventually.
I feel like I could
Just
crack
put on
Saul.
some like sad music, bro. Like,
I can crack them. I feel like I can crack them.
You can crack
The
him
new
with,
goal.
with girls. Like you talk about, how was your ex? Like you can hit him with, but
Yeah.
never on like 2-person. You know?
yeah,
You gotta get a couple shots in
Yeah.
him.
yeah. Well, yeah.
Maybe
But I
we'll
feel like
do
we
that.
have a lot. We have a lot more of like new segments, new funny stuff. I feel like I want to get fans into like more deeper into like how we mess around. Cause that whole like I don't like your kind. Like at first that was like some funny ass shit me and this guy would always say. Like
Yeah.
and then fans will come up to me and be like, hey, yo, Rexx, I don't like your kind. I was like, I love you, appreciate it, but damn.
Yeah,
like,
that's one thing that we've told the fans. Like, it's an inside joke. Like, because we say it to each other. But imagine you're in public.
Yeah.
And you say that, and like a black person's around, or
Yeah.
an Indian person,
Yeah.
or Middle Eastern, or whatever, or Asian person.
Yeah.
They're gonna be like, "What the fuck?" They're gonna take it the wrong
Yeah.
way.
Yeah, you just gotta
So-
know when and who.
Yeah. So that's why I tell the fans, like, we're like a family. We're a little inside joke, and you can like,
We're letting you in.
yeah, but just
So
don't be
take it
saying that.
serious.
Yeah, don't be saying that in public.
Cause I've had fans coming to me, that's the first thing they say. And I'll be like, bro, tell me your name. Like,
I don't even
say
know
hi.
you.
know you. So it's like, don't say it around. I'm like around, like be a person, cause we're all people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But some fans don't like. They kind of took the joke too far, so I had to like calm them
People
down.
don't know how to
Like,
act.
bro. No,
Yeah,
know
yeah.
when to say it. Like you can be like, oh hey, what's up, bro? I'm a big fan. But I love when you say I don't like, you know.
Yeah. I don't like your kind.
Yeah, like, you know.
I think I ran into the first like fan encounter where she was like nervous
Really?
to meet us,
Yeah.
meet me, or I don't know. Remember that we were at Saul's show, the last one,
Yeah.
She was like nervous, and she like she was nervous. I can tell. I was like, are you nervous? She's like, yeah. Oh my god. I'm
Starstruck.
I'm like, dude, like I'm not Drake. I'm not Bad Bunny. Like just me. Like,
Yeah.
But she was a nice person.
Yeah.
I forgot her
dope.
name.
I feel like you guys should do that, like, kind of have that segment to feel like, you know, because they're friends. They're all you guys' friends. So let's just say, like, you say some funny stuff. They'll say it. They'll put in the comments, like, you know. Like we say, what, like, horneados? Or what's the other? Mongolos? You fucking Mongolos? Like,
yeah, no, little by little, I know we have to evolve and change. And like I said, it kind of gets dull and boring, but, you know, we have to adapt. Too, because it's like just add a little spice.
Yeah, be a little cringy, like with your viewers. Like, what's up, my Pooh Bears? Like, what's up, my
pollitos?
My pollitos.
My pollito.
That guy on
oh no, what was it? Huevitos.
My huevitos.
Yeah,
I think it was like episode like 3 or 4. I was like, we should have a name for our fans.
Huevitos.
And one of our friends, she was on the pod. She was like, huevitos, huevudos, or something like that.
I like huevitos.
Yeah, huevitos.
Right?
Yeah, something like that. It's actually, I think it's a reel.
Yeah,
I gotta look
because we made it like a poll.
Yeah, but. Damn.
Well,
I wish,
talking about getting deep.
I know. We're gonna start wrapping things up a little bit. I know we can be here for days. I always say this with like every single guest because it always gets to the point and you're like, damn, I want to keep going, but you also got to drive. So
we've been here for like 3 hours.
I know, but I always end the same with all of our special guests. I always like to ask these same 2 questions. I always prep you guys too. If you could go back in time and give yourself a piece of advice, at what age would you go back to, and what would you say?
I'm probably 12 years old, bro.
Yeah.
12?
And I'd probably tell myself, just keep going. You know what I mean? Keep going.
You got it, Squirt?
You got it, Squirt. You got it, Pipsqueak. Nah, I would definitely tell myself, keep going. I think that's when I was about to do the acting, and I stopped. Damn. So I would tell myself, keep going.
I'll tell myself at 16, like, bro, like, don't take it too serious, like, do your DJ stuff right now. Why don't you start doing that? And like, don't listen to your parents until you're 24. You know?
Yeah.
Just do it. Yeah.
And then
until you're 24. So exact.
I know. What happened 24 now? Whole ass other podcast.
That's when I started DJ, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll tell them, just don't listen. Listen to your heart, like I say, or your gut if you're hungry, you know?
It's dope. And then what's been the worst and best advice that you guys have been given?
The best.
I think the best advice was probably you want to make whenever you follow your dreams, think about making your younger self happy. And I thought I was like, damn. Like, I like that. Because it's like, now I do that shit. I'm going to make my younger self happy.
Hit you right in the feelies.
Yeah. I think the worst advice was probably like...
So break up with your girl?
Yeah, break up. No one ever told me that.
Be single?
Be single. Nah, I think...
Nah, I'm playing.
Damn, I can't think. You want to do it so I can
The
think.
best advice I could say was like, how you spend money on dumb things, but you never spend money on your dreams. I'm like, that's kind of like a question, but advice too.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Damn. You know?
And puts back whatever he has in his hand.
My worst advice is like, don't ever be lazy. You got to go to work every single day, because that's what matters. You know, pretty much saying like, don't miss a day of work of like what you know, your job, like pretty much saying your health doesn't matter. You know, because I mean that's literally your engine. It's your health. You know, so
it's funny because like, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, that's fine.
My dad, again, going back to the whole machista thing, he's whenever I get sick or I'm injured or something and I can't go to work, he's all, we don't have the luxury. We don't have the luxury to be sick. Or be injured.
Yeah,
or like whenever.
That's what they told me.
Yeah.
Let alone a mental health day.
Yeah. Or like when I'm sick at home, like he gets pissed if I'm not at work. Yeah. Like he calls me, he's like, "Te sientes mejor?" You know?
Yeah.
Ya vente otra vez.
Yeah.
I feel you, because that's the worst. Like, at the end of the day, your health is what gets you. You don't want to not work when you're 40 because you messed your whole body up.
Yep.
Your health is important. That's what I tell my friends. Like, bro, if you're sick,
Health
why are
is
you
wealth.
gonna go to work and get everyone sick? And you're gonna be more bad when you come back home. Like, no, bro, just get that day.
Yeah.
Like, God put you that sick days for a reason, bro. Tell you to relax. You know?
Yeah, no, definitely.
What's the worst advice you got?
Honestly, bro, I think the worst advice came from my dad one time, bro. And my dad always gives me good advice for the most part. But I remember one time, like, he just told me, like, out of nowhere. He said, yeah, a una mujer no le des ni todo el amor ni todo el dinero. And I was like, at the time, I was like, oh, yeah. But then when I got older, I'm like, bro, no, because then I'm going to be like you. Like, I'll be machista. I ain't trying to do that shit. You know what I mean? So I was like, yeah, I think it's probably one of the worst advice I've probably ever received.
I like that one.
Yeah.
What about you? What about you guys?
Damn, nobody's
Fuck,
ever
I
asked
know,
us
no one's
back.
ever asked us
We
shit.
ask this fucking question all the time.
I think one of the worst ones, and I think a guest has said it here too, but I've someone has told me is be realistic.
Yeah.
Especially when it came down to like being an entrepreneur and wanting to start my own things, is like, no, be realistic. You got shit to do.
Yeah.
And it was like, get a 9 to 5. The best advice, and I don't know if it's one of the best advices that they've given me. That was weird to say, but it's definitely something that's stuck with me for a very long time, and it's the rich stay rich because they live like they're poor, and the poor stay poor because they live like they're rich.
Bars.
Bars.
Yeah. And that has stuck with me, I think, for a pretty long time. And I don't want to say I'm like codo, but like I do watch my money.
That's
Yeah.
good.
No, that's good.
That's good.
That's really good.
true.
She's like, yep,
Yeah.
that's true.
She's like, all right, so that's we're gonna wrap shit up now.
What about you?
What about you? What about you?
So the best advice, I don't even know if it was like I mean, I guess it was a piece of advice because I took it as one, but it was like, it was more a question, and they were like, but does it make you happy? And to me, it was like, that's true. And I always think back to like when you're like little and like happiness is like literally the candy that you got that morning, and you're like just so happy about it, you know? And I think for a long time I was really wrapped up on like just the next goal, the next thing. I was like, go, 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 that I never really took a step back to think like, is it making me happy, or am I just doing it because I need to do it, you know? So I think that's one of like the best questions / advice that I got, because it was like, I took it as a piece of like, well, do something that's making you, that makes you happy versus something that's like not. The worst advice, it's a really hard one, because I feel like not to say that I don't take advice, because I do, but I take it very lightly. Like, you know, like if you give me a piece of advice, I'll be like, oh, thanks. And like if I think it's bad, I'm just gonna be like, oh, fuck this piece of advice. Like I'm gonna walk away from it. If I think it's good, I'll be like, okay, that's good. So I don't know. I really can't think.
It could be anything.
I know. I'm trying to think. Okay,
Like,
let me think.
relationship.
Going through her Pinterest right
I'm
now.
like, the quotes.
She's like, actually, what Mario told me yesterday was pretty bad.
Go to bed.
go to bed.
Go to bed.
Fuck.
Something like anything. It could be your toxic friend,
A coworker,
coworker,
I feel
your
like
boss,
older coworker ladies, like
your
I
mom,
know we seen some
dad,
stupid shit.
your ex.
Fuck.
Could be a lot. A lot of people be giving bad advice all
I
over.
know.
It's
People
just
really
funny
do
because she
give
really
bad
is
advice.
like the type of person, like,
Yeah.
if she doesn't like what you say, she's like in one ear with the other.
I don't retain bad information. Damn, I'm gonna have to come back. You guys are gonna have to listen to the next podcast because I'll answer that. I don't know. I really don't.
I do want to hit you guys with the curveball while she thinks though.
Oof.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm
I've been on this kick lately about like podcasting and just socials and just in general. We're kind of, it's kind of like do you guys like Harry Potter?
Yeah.
So like,
Never
I feel like podcast. Damn.
Wait, you've never watched Harry Potter?
What?
Huh.
shit.
Even the dog is looking at
And the dog
She was
woke
like,
up,
what?
huh?
you. Yeah. Like, what?
She's like, even I watched Harry Potter.
The little red light is on, right?
How many movies are
Yeah,
are there?
I see it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Seven?
Seven.
Seven.
Yeah,
Oof,
it's a
never
lot.
mind. I was gonna say
It's-
I'll watch them when I get home.
It's definitely for one of those like I'm sick weekends and I can't go out. Just watch the movies.
I should have done that when I got surgery. huh?
So I feel like podcasting and all this like social media stuff that we're doing and things like that, I feel like it's kind of like a Horcrux. Like like a piece of your soul is now in the internet forever.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And because of that, or at the same time too, it's kind of like a time capsule. Like, you know, like in like schools, they like bury something, like people put like hot Cheetos and shit for like, you know, 100 years from now, they'll be like, oh, how'd they live in 2020?
Yeah.
So podcasting, I feel like is kind of the same way, or like in the future, we can like show our kids or our grandkids or like our grandkids
Like
can show
it
people.
immortalizes you.
Yeah, immortalizes us. Is there something that you want to share with your future self or your wife or your kids or your parents too in the future?
That's a good question. My kids, I'm definitely gonna be like, look, motherfucker, I was cute. Look at me.
You did this.
Like
You did this bald head.
This
you
made
and your mom did this to me.
You gonna show him your bald spot.
I'm definitely gonna be like, look, I was good looking. Cause I feel like they're not gonna believe me. I feel like every dad.
I was gonna be like, straight dab my cheeks. Still like, oh, I used to get bitches. You don't think I get bitches? Like, you think your mom's the only one that had?
Before your mom, I used to get bitches. Nah, I'm just kidding. Nah, but I feel like I'm gonna show them, look, like, I was good looking. So I feel like my dad used to tell me, I was guapo. And I'm like,
yeah, you look
I guess
at them and
that's
you're like,
true.
fuck.
Or like you look
at
back at pictures of like I always look at my grandma like, damn, she was
yeah.
guapa, you know? And so
Yeah.
like I guess that
My mom, my dad always tell me, like, guapo. And then I'm like, And then they show me pictures. I'm like, oh shit, my mom was pretty. And then
Yeah.
my dad was like handsome.
Your mom is pretty.
Beautiful.
When'd you turn into a torta?
Oh hell
Wow, you're going to hell.
Oh shit.
The doors of hell right here.
It just entered, huh? I think my kids, or I think myself, I'm gonna be like, look where you were 10 years ago to now. So I feel like that's something that is gonna, and then I show that to my kids, my wife or whatever. I'm like, look, like we were here 10 years ago. Now we're here, and I show the same thing to my kids. Like, you guys can do anything. The world, the sky's the limit, right? Like they say. But I think that's like that should be a motivation to my kids. That anything is possible. Put your mind to it.
I think I'll tell my future self, like, I'm proud of you, bro.
Proud of you, little bro.
Proud of you, little bro. Proud of you for not letting that shit get to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still.
Now go watch the car.
Go watch the spaceship.
Your wife's gonna be like, "Oh, that's cool now, but okay, go watch the car. Hurry up."
Yeah, I was like, bro, go buy a Lambo today. Just like,
Yeah,
just depends
Just
where I'm at, you know.
Just cause.
Like that.
Yeah.
a Lambo yours.
Yeah.
Yes.
Lambo Mario.
I actually that was my idea. She stole that from me.
Damn.
I did. I wanted the G-Wagon.
Yeah.
Then I saw the yours. And,
And then
never mind.
I
That's
had
the
a
family car.
I had a customer at Vitality Bulls at the business I had that he has a yours. Actually, every year ever since then, he keeps upgrading.
But like, not to speak bad about the years, but I heard like it's kind of plastic. Like I heard it's like
It is.
I heard the interior is not really hard design like
Yeah.
other Lambos. I heard it's kind of like
I don't doubt it.
like it's like
Yeah.
it's plastic because Mercedes Benz like kind of make the interior.
Mm-hmm.
So I heard it's not like it's a
Actually,
nice
yeah.
car, but
I've
it's
actually
not.
never done like a lot
A
of
hardcore
research. Yeah,
research, yeah.
hardcore research
Yeah,
into it. That
I'll send you a video
Yeah,
because that
yeah.
would trip me out.
fuck it, yeah. But
Yeah.
did you
Get a
think of
Ferrari.
I did. I don't remember like the exact words, so I guess I can like talk about the situation. But when I was in community college and I went to a counselor, and I was like applying to schools, the counselor was actually like, I just don't remember exactly what he said, but it was something along the lines of like yours, like, okay, be realistic about the school that you want to go to. And it was very like, you won't be able to do that. So here's another option, you know? Damn. And so in that moment in time, I was like, well, fuck you. And I'm going to show you. And I did. But, you know, I always,
Shit, yeah.
period.
Yes, queen.
But that did like turn me off with school counselors. And like, I hear that some people have had like the most amazing school counselors, but mine was fucking shit and never wanted to go to another one again. But I do remember that. I don't even remember.
Well, fuck you, bitch.
Bro, but how are you
Look at her
as a
now.
human to tell another person?
And a counselor.
And a counselor that's supposed to help, you know, and like even if you're like, she's not like her
That
grades
falls
aren't there.
Deep of like, bro, you're sad.
Yeah.
You're literally sad. You're a counselor, but I know you're sad inside.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they essentially were like, yeah, I mean, you should probably just like look at finishing here. But it's like, what do you get? An AA? and then like transferring to like SDSU or something, which is fine. Nothing against SDSU, but like I was trying to move out of state, and so they were like, it's gonna be easier for you to stay in state because of like whatever the circumstances were. And I was like, well, San Francisco, here I come. I just stay in state, but in city, you know. So yeah, I guess that was like because it was more of a like don't waste your time on that. Look into this. So yeah. Thanks for asking us, guys. Nobody had ever turned around and asked us. I was
44
like,
episodes later.
and we ask it all the time.
Uno reverse.
Yeah, it was fuck. Skip.
Skip.
But guys, thank you again.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you so much
for making the drive and making the trip. Like I said, I mean, it's almost been a year since we've been trying to plan this.
Yeah.
Just goes to show for everyone who's trying to start a podcast that
it takes work.
It takes a while.
Yeah,
it takes work.
All I'm gonna say to everyone listening, watching, look, guys, it doesn't matter how many followers you have. Yeah. You can have 100 followers or you can have 100,000 followers.
What matters is the money.
What matters the money? You think I'm sitting here for free? Now they pay me. They wired me before.
I'm gonna send a request for the gas.
I didn't step inside until I got that Venmo.
I don't want to pay. I'm taking the
Frenchie.
I'm taking the Frenchie.
That sweater was actually a sponsorship.
No, but seriously, I think it doesn't matter how many followers you have. You guys have to just be like we're all here doing the same thing.
Yeah.
You know, we all have a goal, maybe different paths, but we're all starting at the same start line.
Yeah.
You know?
We all start the same.
So that's why I want to just help others.
It's not a competition.
Yeah.
There's room for all of us.
There's room for everybody.
There's enough money for everyone.
Yeah.
So keep going, guys.
The White House would say other ways, but
yeah, true. But guys, I want to plug in you guys' socials, where they can find you, when you guys drop, all your good stuff.
Well, yeah, my name is Rexx. Follow me at Rexx B on Instagram and follow us on all social platform media, all that.
Yeah.
We'll tag it.
Bueno Bueno.
Yeah.
Bueno Bueno Pod. You can follow me on Instagram, my personal Hans_Esquivel. And
Send me cash up.
Send me some money. Trying to get a haircut next week. Now you can follow us on Instagram too, Bueno Bueno Pod, and on TikTok as well, Bueno Bueno Pod.
Yeah.
And check us out. We might be funny, we may not.
You might like us, you might not.
Yeah.
Send in your stories.
Send in your stories. We got
with emojis.
With emojis that stands out. I'm like, oh shit, it's a cool emoji. That's literally how I view things, bro. Oh fuck, it's that emoji.
He's gonna send them like the random emojis.
The fucking eggplant.
Yeah.
Oh shit, it's about dick. Yeah. But thank you guys for having us, dude.
Yeah,
Seriously.
no, of course.
Thank you.
Pau, Mario, Jesus.
Yeah.
You're not
AI
here, bro?
Jesus.
Yeah.
Wait, do they have an egg emoji, right?
Yeah.
Okay, comment egg emojis on YouTube down.
I know.
If you lasted this long, put
honestly,
For
yeah.
real.
It's like, if you lasted this
pretty
long,
much.
honestly, you're a trooper.
Shout out.
Yeah, let us know you're troopers. Call me Huevos on there.
Huevos.
But guys, again, honestly, from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate you guys. Thank you for pulling up.
Thank you.
Anything that you guys might need or I might be able to support, just send it my way. Rexx, I know you got a few shows coming up. Hans, wherever the hell you're performing, just let me know.
Got you, bro.
Nah, he's performing on the TV.
I know.
TV.
Yeah, both of you guys. You guys are both
You
going
can
to be
sit
on
back
the big
on your
stage.
couch
Yeah,
watching
All right, let us know when it
let
airs.
us know
with your wife, because by then you guys will be married.
Yeah, by then she's probably gonna ask me to marry her. But guys, honestly, from the bottom of my heart, I really do appreciate you guys making the move out here. I can't wait to see what's in store for you guys. I know from the bottom of my heart, and just seeing you guys and you guys is just vibe. I know you guys are gonna make it big. Plus, with the team you guys have, I know they're not gonna let you quit.
Yeah.
I know for a fact they're not gonna let you guys quit.
No, likewise, bro. I wish the best for you guys. I want you guys to really be, up top, bigger than us.
Appreciate it, and we'll get there.
Put the city on the map.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Everything.
So we're trying to
San
do.
Diego's on the map. I want you guys to be
Bigger.
bigger.
Let
than
people
San
in
Diego.
Colorado know what's up.
Yeah.
But guys, so this is gonna be our sign off. We appreciate you guys. Bueno Bueno, i.e. the whole thing. Y como siempre, guys, live your best life, fight your fears. At the end of the day, the only thing that you regret are the things that you did not do. So Vive con Huevos, guys. We love you. We out of here. Peace.
Bye.
Bye.